Said my prayers behind this shit. Watch my hand when I do this. Being hoes loyal. I don't understand it. Free the game, free the mob. Said my prayers behind this shit. Wash my hands with all these niggas. I don't really trust nobody. Glock in these switches. These hoes ain't loyal. I don't understand it. Shit they ain't got deep. Got me plotting on my family. Told mom's gonna make it out. Them bags gone, we landed. I be talking to my main dog on that phone behind that wall. Yeah, free my dogs. Yeah. They tryna tear you down. I never fall. I was ready to ride for you at any cost. And if I cut myself off and took a loss, I taking chances. Down there, risk it all. I told you we was gon' win, forever ball. This ain't no BM if I cut a nigga water off. Bosses beat top flow, count hundreds on it. I be staying out the way, gotta stay focused now. They said it really with you, but you'll never know. They said it really with you, but you'll never know. I'm still stiff on them, I ain't letting up on these hoes. I be staying out the way, nigga, I'm a ghost. I can't fuck around with little bitch, you do the most. I be really poppin' shit and you niggas is hoes. Every nigga around me have emotion, that's for sure. Shut up on that goofy shit and you'll get exposed. My strings behind this shit, wash my hands with all these niggas. I don't really trust nobody, Glock in these switches. These hoes ain't loyal, I don't understand it. Shit they ain't got deep, got me plotting on my family. Told mom's gonna make it out, them bags gone, we landed. I be talking to my main dog on that phone behind that wall. Yeah, free my dogs. Yeah.
Hi, welcome to Live Table Talk After Dark. You know, you got your girl Diamond.
You got your boy DJ Black Raw.
You got your girl Tina.
And you got your boy Ash.
And we have our special guest Bam, and he is running a little behind, but the show must go on until he gets here.
Hey, who was the artist again that did that?
Oh, Big Geechee.
Okay,
Geechee.
that sounds alright.
Yeah,
I like the vibe, it was smooth.
He's coming on the podcast in April.
Oh, nice. Nice. Send me the stuff. Oh, yeah. The alcohol for today is actually, again, it's wine. It's called Duplin. I'm pretty sure y'all heard of this. It's actually made in North Carolina, and this is the Hatteras Red. It's made out of Rose Hill, North Carolina. So go to your local winery or whatever and check this out. I'm about to have some right now.
Oh, yeah, I guess we'll have some. No, I don't really like Duplin. I had it before. It gave me heartburn.
Did you have this flavor?
No, I didn't have this flavor.
I didn't know it really was made in North Carolina.
I didn't know this was made in North Carolina either, because I see it all over the place.
Right, I got a bottle of it on the bar.
Really sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
I know
Y'all
try this
enjoy.
one.
Thank you.
Y'all
Alright, what we
enjoy.
got?
Wow.
You like it? Oh, he said wow.
Send-
Eat the fuck, you mean wow. What the fuck you mean?
You feel the heartburn already?
Ew.
It's not bad. It's
Yes, the hell it is.
It's
You
sweet.
need to mix
He
it.
gonna say
You
wow.
gonna mix wine?
It needs substance.
Look at his face, like, yeah.
I kept mixing.
It needs
There's
substance.
some more wine on the
It
bar.
need to be squished a little bit.
Right.
There's some pineapple wine, strawberry, Stella Rosa,
I
some
don't know.
Chardonnay.
This needs
What y'all
substance.
feeling,
That
Stella?
is not that bad.
Y'all feeling Stella tonight?
Go ahead, crack her open.
Yeah, let's do Stella.
Let's do Stella.
Back to that big joint. What you got, but
What?
that James
It's
Bond.
over there.
Alright.
So we're gonna finish this first. We don't
It's
wanna-
both bottles open.
I cannot. Turn Stella around.
Cheated with a rail.
Turn Stella around, Ash.
Oh yeah.
Alright. Black Business of the Week.
All right, you guys. So the Black Business of the Week is Cunley's African Cuisine. You can find her on Facebook by searching Cunley's African Cuisine on Facebook. Yeah, they got all kinds of African cuisine. So,
Right, I had tried
Yeah,
it.
I know you
Yeah,
have.
I definitely tried. I tried it a couple times, you know.
You been posting about it.
Yeah, she actually put her foot in that thing. Because a lot of people don't know how to make African food. Yeah, but fufu, especially fufu. A lot of people don't know how to make African food. And she does a good ass job.
And they do look
A
good.
good
So you can find her
job.
on Facebook by that name too?
Yeah, well, you can
It's
find her on
Cunning's
Facebook. By,
Cuisine.
yeah, her name is Mimi, but go to her Facebook, her business Facebook page, Cunning's Cuisine, African Cuisine. You can find her on Facebook.
Word.
Her food is definitely worth it if you like African food.
Cunning's
And she also
KBN.
do special orders. She doesn't just do the soups. If you want special orders, she'll definitely do special orders for you. It costs a little extra, but it's worth it. Because you can't find none in this area at all.
Facts. We're Jamaican food. I don't know
Right.
why. For this whole week, it was a whole bunch of contenders for the Facebook post of the week. But what do we got for the week?
I think.
I don't know. For
I
the
think it
Facebook
should
post,
be because it was a lot. It was juicy.
It was
this
a
Which
week.
one?
I
That
think
one.
the one is the stretch mark one. Really,
No, that was
I
trash.
that had the most comments though.
That was trash though. I think like the passenger was
What about
popping.
the
one-
pastor was had the most comments right now. I feel like the pastor one, but the other one was good too.
The
About
one
the
that brother
boyfriend.
walking in.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was call the cops.
So we gonna speak about that one because that one was good. But we had a couple Facebook posts. We didn't know which one to choose from. Y'all all was loving them.
Facts.
But we're gonna choose that one right now. What had happened was the brother walked in on the boyfriend's. I mean, the
Husband.
brother walked in on the brother's
Wife.
wife having sex with another guy,
Right.
and everybody was like, "Should he tell his brother?" Hell yeah! For
Yes.
me,
Yeah.
hell yeah!
Automatically, you should tell your brother because who do you have more loyalty to?
Right, then your
Exactly.
family.
Right.
If you don't tell your brother, I'm looking at you. Cause
And
you
I'm-
want to fuck the wife? So it's
Right.
But it is like a little thing. They say, and this is coming from my older generation because I've seen it. They be like, you never want to tell somebody, like their wife or a husband, when a spouse is cheating. You know what I'm saying? 9 times out of 10, either they already know or have the intuition, or they, you know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna look at you like, okay, they're gonna be mad at you.
That's what I
And
said
stuff
on the
like that.
post
So
because
it's
it
like,
can be on the flip side. That person can be mad at you because you told them about their person cheating, or they can flip it back on you.
Right.
Like, well, why was you at the house? What was you doing?
What was you
there?
doing? Why was you
Right,
doing
but
it?
I'm your brother, I was coming to visit you.
Right, but that was what he said. He said he was going to go visit his brother. But that's the thing. If you feel some type of way that I told you that your man is cheating, your woman is cheating, then we got a problem there.
Right.
Because you shouldn't feel no type of way that I'm coming to you and giving you this information, regardless if it's going to break up your family or not. Guess what? She broke up your family by bringing a man to your house.
That was
Number
the
one,
most disrespectful.
you brought this nigga to my house and cheating.
Yeah, that's how I feel. 'Cause if it was my brother, I ran into that situation, I would have to tell my brother, like, I
Right.
don't care how bad you're going to be at me.
Right.
It is what it is, bro.
You
Like, I'm
gonna
not going
have
to
to
let
be
you out here keep simping.
Right. Because if
He's probably
we
doing
didn't
all
tell.
kinds, and he probably was
Right.
at work. That's probably what makes it worse. He probably at work.
This thing was out of town.
But
I
whatever,
tell-
this what I say, y'all. What if the husband was like, "Oh, I already knew." What if the husband said, "I already knew"?
Right.
That would be
Oh.
crazy.
Hey, man.
That's crazy. The guest of the hour is here.
Hey,
How y'all doing?
What's going on?
Hey,
bro?
how are you?
Hey, man.
What's going on?
Alright.
All right, but we was basically talking about the Facebook post that we had posted regarding to the brother finding the wife cheating on the brother.
On the brother, yeah.
Yeah.
No, what was the post she was going off on that dude?
Which one? A couple of them. I just be like, bruh, I ain't got
That
time.
dude, which one was it?
It was
Tina,
about
what
the
you
man
know?
who, hold on, it was like,
Oh, wait.
the woman
Which
wanted
one?
affection from her husband.
Oh yeah, she wanted to have more sex and he didn't
Oh,
want it.
yeah.
Yo, you know what? I
What was
No,
that?
this dude
What was
was
that?
mad saying like y'all gonna say he gay. Like what man
Nobody-
really gonna?
He was tripping though.
No,
Like,
so the post was basically saying that the man, or so the woman, it wasn't a post, it was a video.
She
It was
was
a little
frustrated.
clipping.
that's hell.
She was saying to the man, "You're not having sex with me. I have to ask you for sex, or I have to like."
Play with myself.
Right.
She said, I shouldn't be
He was
playing
so
with myself.
nonchalant.
And it was in front of the counselor, and he
Right.
didn't have no answer. Like, I'm sitting there
Right.
waiting for his nigga to give an answer. He gave no
I'm
answer.
I'm like, either he got a low libido, he got ED, erectile dysfunction, or
He gay.
he's gay.
Not even, okay, let's say this. Let's take him being gay out the picture. That's what old boy was saying.
The libido or
okay,
the erectile
so
dysfunction.
the fact that he's saying I
Something
love
ain't
you.
working.
He was.
Either
It's
way.
like he was trying to say something but not say. He was like, "Baby, I love you, but you need to love
Love
yourself."
yourself.
right.
Nigga, she ain't.
I already love myself when you before
I
you
love myself
propose.
enough.
Right.
I don't know, bro.
They are fully
Maybe
married.
trying to call
I
her
wish
trash
my
and like,
shit
like
He's just not interested.
Like,
Well,
you guys
yeah,
keep
she
it-
just tell her that.
And she looks good.
Yeah.
right.
She look thick.
But everything
Right.
that glitters ain't gold, so I'm out
You
here.
didn't watch the video.
No, I did
she
not.
really looked good. I'm like, there's no reason. If you with a woman, let her walk past you with a certain look, certain smell. You just gonna get turned on automatically.
But
You
what if
just
it's
not-
trash?
Okay, well, quick question.
If it's trash,
If
my
this
man
is
does
too
not.
much, wait, I got a question. If this is too much, just let me know.
Oh no, I didn't.
What makes a woman's vagina trash?
No walls.
No walls.
No walls. Smell.
Stink.
No,
hygiene,
no,
Yes.
no lubrication.
A bunch of bumps.
A bunch of bumps.
Automatically.
That's herpes.
Whoa.
Any of that. How it look, smell.
Yeah.
You have to have that juicy tightness to your vagina for you.
Facts.
If you don't, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that joint's probably trash. And my man was like, I'm out here working. I'm just going to make an excuse to say I'm working all the time and I'm tired. I want to come
He
home
might
and
be
chill.
getting some other vagina.
Of course.
But
Exactly.
from what the girl put on the post, she said she watched the actual whole episode, and this man be in the club every night.
Oh, that's he gives him a
Well, he's already emptied those bombs. He's already empty. There's no more left for her. Basically.
But it's the reason why still. I mean, you ain't one?
Yeah. What we got?
This is the duplicate.
Oh yeah, it's North Carolina. I'm over
All
here.
right, so on
I
that
don't
note,
listen to it. It's not doing good.
I'm trying to drink mine.
Want that black?
thanks for tuning in tonight. It is your Millennial News segment.
Wait, what happened?
You start over again?
Do it again.
Do it again. Okay. Y'all bitches ain't looking at the schedule.
No, it was you. Thank you for tuning in.
I gotta be a newscaster, okay? No, they have to start over.
Oh, not really. Wait.
Nigga.
Thanks for tuning in tonight.
Again.
Thanks for tuning in tonight. This is Diamond with your Millennial News segment. And today we have a couple things that we're going to talk about in regards to
Millennial news. Okay.
a young woman in Greensboro. She was at this restaurant called Bon Bon Grill and Fire and allegedly was almost sex trafficked. I don't know if y'all seen the video on Facebook. Basically, when she was at the restaurant, she overheard a conversation of a group of Caucasian people together and Hispanic people, and they were saying how they was going to kidnap her and traffic her. The police came to the she overheard it, so she called the police.
Right.
The police came to the restaurant. They escorted her. They first asked her inside, which was dumb, what was going on. She wasn't comfortable, so they walked her outside. So when they walked her outside, they asked the girl, was that the guy that was beside you? And she said, yeah, that's why he's standing at the door watching what you gonna do.
Yeah.
Then they closed the blind. The restaurant closed the blind right in front of her car where she was parked at. And the police, like a bunch of police cars came because they said they've had this incident happen a lot of times at this restaurant.
Oh, wow.
Oh shit. Maybe
So
something going on
if
at
you're
that
a young
restaurant.
African American or just a young female in general, let's not say African American,
Right.
don't go to that restaurant by yourself.
Or men. These men bodies are
Where's this at?
expensive.
Bon Fire and Grill.
Greensboro.
Bon
Bon Bon Grill and Fire.
We
I don't know
should
where
set
that's
something
at.
up.
Yeah.
Trying to do some
No, but they need to actually investigate Baba and see what the
Yeah,
hell's
on
going
the
on
real
because whoever
note,
the
on
owners
serious
are.
Yeah,
Facts.
because she
But
was
man,
saying
they
that.
ain't, most of the time GPD be on stuff. They probably had somebody go in there,
Right.
you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
do some,
Like,
on some Chris Hansen shit. You
if
came
this
here
is
for
happening,
what?
if they know it happened multiple times, then like
Right.
you have other ways to get other things. Like, this
Why
is
are they
something
still
that-
open if it's happening multiple times? If y'all actually said it happened multiple times there, why is this place still open?
Well, the girl said that the police allegedly said it, so I can't say that.
Oh,
actually-
allegedly.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
You gotta put
allegedly. Oh, y'all, allegedly.
Sorry, GPD, sorry, GPD, my bad.
The girl said allegedly.
Sorry, allegedly.
No beef, no beef.
In other news, Jesse
Oh no,
Smollett.
we allegedly said Bon too. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
'Cause we
Sorry,
don't
Bon
know.
Bon.
Right.
Everything's
Don,
legend.
Don.
Don. In other news, Jesse Smollett was convicted as guilty.
Why we
I'm
talking
happy.
about this?
Right.
He's so irrelevant right now.
He is irrelevant, but
It's very irrelevant, and the conversation is only being brought up because it's constantly being like people are still supporting it.
And Taraji even said that she felt like he wasn't good, something like that. She said, I can't quote her correctly, but basically she was on his side.
I don't even know what happened with the situation with it, honestly. When I seen it, I was like, oh, this is a publicity stunt to get some more.
We could switch it to Deshaun Watson.
It don't matter. I just never knew because I heard so much about the smell. I'm like, what was it? I heard somebody got beat up. And
he faked and act like he got beat up for clout.
And the two guys that actually beat him up, actually, they got caught.
So he said it was a hate crime.
The police were like, pretty much, yeah, he paid us.
So they was trying to frame it as a hate crime that he was because he's black and gay, and they put a noose around his neck and told him MAGA country.
They tried to act like it was a white gay hate crime.
It was two black, dark-skinned guys.
Yeah,
they was Nigerian.
They was something.
They was Nigerian.
It was Nigerian.
They was black.
As a coach, we need to try to remove that because that ain't good for us.
So I'm gonna say like because that is true. Like that shit is kind of irrelevant. But what y'all think about the Deshaun Watson thing?
I don't know what that is.
Football player that was
beating up his girlfriend.
No. That's
I don't know.
all right, so this dude, he played for the Texans, whatever. He was getting massages from massage therapists. They were allegedly saying that he was like sexually assaulting them, like putting his penis on their arms and making them perform oral sex or whatever. And he was just
doing it for the money.
Well, I don't know.
It's big. It's huge, right? Especially in Texas, it's huge.
But it was other places too that accused him of it, like California.
Well, they do it.
He has 22 cases against him. Dang. Right, 22 counts. And in Texas, Harris County, a grand jury threw them all out, which is weird. That's. I mean, he's off of the criminal part, but he still got to deal with the civil suits. Mm-hmm. So some money's going to come out of it. I feel like, but it's just weird to me that they just threw all of them out.
I mean, I don't think it's weird because at the end of the day, it probably somebody said, well, I got some head from this place before. Why is he getting in trouble? Because he got head.
That's true.
Because it happens at almost every spot.
But just like if you go talk to a hooker and she said she was going to give you her sex, like she was going to your money for her sex, you can't just rip her and say, oh, well, she's a hooker.
Aren't brothels legal in Texas?
Hey, what?
Brothels?
A brothel is like where you go and...
Yeah, I know the brothels, but I'm saying like, is it? I don't know if it's legal. I thought it was like in California.
Okay, it's California.
I mean, not California, Vegas, because you know they have the bunny range.
Vegas, yeah, there you go.
Right.
Like HBO late night show.
Yeah, the real sex and shit.
Yeah. I used to watch that. All right, next thing.
Real sex show, no sex.
It didn't.
As a kid, he's pissed. Like, when they get to it.
All right. Next thing
is
a woman wakes up to an intruder bathing her 2-year-old son.
That's just creepy.
And her mom took up for her and was saying that the girl found the little boy on the street wondering, and then she took the little boy in the house because he was dirty and bathed him. At the end of the day, even if you did find a little boy snuck out the house at the middle of the night, you go knock on the door like
bitch,
wait.
Call the police.
Wait.
Like,
So it was her child or was some other child?
No,
it was some
white girl, the white woman's or white girl. Whoever, I don't know.
It was a white woman.
Her mom got on the news and started like defending her daughter for.
Bathing her, somebody else's child. So basically,
it was an intruder.
It was an intruder that walked into the person's house and put the baby in the tub and started washing the baby.
The person's baby or any baby?
It was an intruder. It was somebody else's baby.
So the intruder walked in with the baby and started
listen again. So basically, this is the house, right? All right. So you're in the bed asleep, and your child is in the next room. As far as you know, then you wake up because you hear something, and then you walk into the bathroom with a white woman washing your child.
Okay, all right. So the mother took up for her how? Because that's
her mother, the white woman's mother took up for her and said that the girl found the little boy on the street wondering, and he was dirty, and she brought the little boy back into the house and bathed him.
I'm still confused. At 2 o'clock in the morning, why is our little boy outside?
It was a lie. Clearly.
How do we know that?
We don't know that. But
how do we know that? Because I'm confused as fuck.
Once it all comes together.
Little boy, where do you live? Like, I live here.
But the mom is saying, but my son wasn't outside.
Got you.
Yeah.
What if you took out the window?
But if your son was out, it's a baby.
It's a 2-year-old.
I thought it was 3. Oh, go ahead.
Either way, it's a little kid jumping on the. Well, shit.
It's obvious mental health is an issue.
Yes, because she looks crazy. You see her.
Yeah.
She remind me of
like
Britney
Spears.
Yeah, she remind me of Britney Spears.
I was playing double.
No, she looks crazy as hell.
Right.
All right.
She looks lunatic. I was like, how the fuck? No, my initial reaction seeing a fucking? First of all, I think it's a ghost. Cause this don't even seem real. A bitch in my house bathing my child.
That's some weird shit.
I'll kill her. In my house. She was in my house. I must just make up some extra shit.
Come out and go when you get done. Just come on the kitchen so I won't do
Maybe she was in the dream or shit.
I'll nicely lay my baby down. No, she looked like she got some stuff like schizophrenia. Something wrong with her.
Why would you think it's okay for you to go and
take
take somebody
else?
That's why I said even if you did find a little boy outside, you should have been knocking on the door and calling the police, not just walking my house.
I'm like, how can? And then wasn't the girl boyfriend there or something? But how can?
Yeah, they stopped her.
As a mother, I'm like, your first initial, I'm fucking this bitch up.
Bro, what?
Like my first initial reaction.
Everybody don't
who
have
are
that
you?
type of.
After you say who are you, and you
No,
say anything
fuck who you
other
are. You in my house.
What you doing?
Bitch, I gotta make sure you real first. I gotta
So you gotta hit her, slap her real quick, make sure she's real.
You look like you about to talk. Yes, I'm gonna knock your ass
No,
out.
ooh,
I know it's
bitch.
real.
It's real. I can even imagine something I
It
can't
sounds like some
imagine
hand and
shit
rock
like
the
that.
cradle shit. You ever seen that movie? The hand and rock the cradle?
No.
No. Sound like that type shit to me.
It sounds like a good movie though.
Yeah, it's about some. I think it was this lady. She had a baby, and the baby was taken from her at the hospital, and she goes and be a stepmom, or a babysitter
Yeah.
I seen
for somebody else,
that.
and she's trying to take the kids, take the
I
husband,
didn't
and
know
shit
that's
like
what
that.
it's
That shit is crazy, but that's what it sounded like to me, like some crazy shit like that.
Yeah. She
And
probably would have stole that baby.
Next is rest in peace to Tracy Braxton. She passed away from esophageal.
Esophageal cancer.
Yes, I'm gonna make sure I'm saying it right. Esophageal cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah, rest in peace.
At 55 years old. So that's super sad.
That
I love
hurt me
Tracy. Her
so
personality was so dope.
Right.
And she would check Tamar. I love that about her.
Facts. And we gotta get a rest in peace to Razor Ramon, that passed away from. He had a hip surgery and he died from complications from the surgery. So.
Recipe to him too.
All right, well that's enough. That's all for the millennial news.
All right, millennial news.
Right.
Gotta get it.
You gotta get back to it.
That's why we need the joint.
Right. All right, so basically we can start into our
Interview.
Yeah, we can start our interview now.
All
All
right.
right.
We got
So-
Bam Graves.
So tell us about yourself, Bam.
All right. I was born in Reedsville, North Carolina. Moved to Greensboro at a young age. As that, I was an athlete starting off. I didn't really see the entrepreneur field until I lied. I started entrepreneur at 18. I was a personal trainer. I started off from athletic success. I seen that I was doing things as far as track. So I started getting not athletes, but other people saying, hey, could you help me with working out? So I'll get them to the track, working out and things like that. Up to this point, I got into home maintenance and things like that. With the background, like I say, fitness training. And those pretty much are my hobbies that turned into businesses, honestly.
Nice.
So what made you actually decide to start your business?
Well, economic reasons, being in a place where I gained skills. I'm not going to say the place because it kind of brings a negative connotation to that environment.
Right.
So I'm going to say that place that I was working at previously, I gained a lot of hands-on skills, learning how to do things, working with students and things like that. So in the process, doing that, I seen that it was a need in our community.
Right.
A lot of people was like, hey, I would see posts on certain individuals and I'll see their names. So I started befriending these individuals and they would talk to me, hey man, you can do it. So with economic reasons, trying to find sources of income, I said, well, let me see if I can do this. So people, how much would you charge? Boom, boom, boom. And I was like, whoa. So I got a team together and I seen that it was more, it's just as hard as working.
Right.
You know, it's the same. But no, the marketing and things like that is really. So I started studying that and I was like, this is fun. As a personal trainer, I was doing a lot of marketing. So that's really what made me start doing this as a business. Now, services.
Nice.
Go ahead.
What services do you offer?
I offer a plethora of services from small renovations to plumbing, electrical and work, small electrical work, painting, exterior and interior, pressure washing, mobile detailing, things like that.
Okay, nice. Have you ventured to like the lawn services side or anything? Lawn services? Have you ventured to lawn services?
I've been straying away. I have another brother company that handles that, KJ Services. His name Khalik Jordan. He's been like a apprentice under me, working with me, and I was his coach in high school as his wrestling coach. So in high school, he was very attentive. He paid attention. I noticed that. So after he got out, I would be working like in the city, and I would see him working like on construction sites. And I was like, "Hey, bro, come here. I'm gonna holler at you. The skills you have, you can actually turn this into an income yourself. He was like, word. So actually, he has started his own business doing the same thing I do. He's actually my partner with brother companies, and if it's something he can't do, he'll normally have me come out and work with him.
Right.
If it's something I know he can handle, he normally just goes out and handle it. But yeah, as far as lawn care, KJ Services is the little brother company that handles that.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So what is like your biggest passion, maintenance or fitness?
Helping people by all means.
Thanks.
Because people don't just come to me for, I might be talking to a client, they might need a ceiling fan put in, but also trying to get back in shape because they've been working from home with COVID and things like that, or has had an injury and we're talking while I'm doing the job, and they're like, hey, I need somebody to get me back motivated. And that motivates me because I'm working. Like just now, I just pulled in late from a job, so I didn't have a chance to train today. So when someone's like, hey, I need to do it too, I'm like, hey, boom. That's another resource I have, by all means. That's what by all means is.
Right.
The mission statement is by all means do all things through Christ who strengthens us.
Right.
So it has a deeper meaning. So when it comes to things, most times it comes, I don't even know when people come, sometimes they need encouragement. I'll be on a job and I'll be near them. I'll hear them talk on the phone, they'll come, I'll be like, uh-oh, here it comes. Bam, have you ever this? And then we'll just, So I look at more or less it's not really a, what's the one I'm looking for? Ministry, but it's more or less a way of just living to show people that it don't matter what you want to do.
Right.
If you want to start selling candy,
Right.
if you just have a source, and I know my source is, it works for me.
Right.
Do it. You know what I'm saying? So,
How long have you been in business with fitness and
14 years now. I started at 18.
Nice.
Wow. That's a long time. Shoot.
Because everybody called me a hustler or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's not a hustle, I'm a businessman. Because even though you look at it as a hustle, because you don't look at it as legit, but it wasn't legit. Now it's legit, makes businesses legit. So I see the hustle part of it.
Right.
But, at that age, I seen where you can always have more than one income. You know what I'm saying? My dad was a painter. He'll come home from work, working UPS, working a regular job, then go paint a house. So I was always around that. So it's just really in my blood, honestly.
Okay, so what experience have you been through that made you, or probably made you feel like you wanted to, like, that made you less motivated?
It's only been one account. It was my girlfriend got in an accident back in December. I was like, am I gonna be able to push? Because she's really like my helpmate. You know what I'm saying? She's there with the videos. She encouraging and things like that.
Right.
So that was pretty much the only thing. It wasn't nothing like other than that. Because you're gonna have your bad. I'm a wrestler at the end of the day, like an athlete. So you go through things. You gotta weather the storm to really overcome and get what you want. So that wasn't really at you, but that was probably the only thing that made me like, how am I gonna do this?
Right.
So, what or who motivates you the most?
It's not a tough question. I want to say myself, because when you get up and it sounds selfish, but the reason why I say what motivates me because there's times I don't even know how to do something on a job, and I'm like, I know how to do that, and you look at me and be like, well, y'all know how to do it. You're like, and I do it like
You gonna get by any means?
You know what I'm saying? So
You
yeah,
figure
but
it out, right?
it's like another person to me. It's like,
Just figure this
how'd
out.
you do it? Like, bro, you tripping. But I'm like, no, I'm not. So it's like another person's in my head, like, bro, all right, now I know you've been doing things, but how you gonna figure it out? Like you said, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I feel like that other source that I spoke of in that quote gives me the ability to do some of the things I do.
You step outside yourself and get it done.
You know, because people are like, how long you been doing it? I'm like, a year, but really all my life. But when I look at it, everything I've been through has prepared me. Like in laid off from certain jobs, but learning certain things at them jobs, how to do certain things, dealing with certain people, to a point where I'm in situations. I just had a situation you've seen the other day where I had a client and I was going off, but that was a blessing. If you really think about it, like, what if you never have a bad client? That's boring, honestly. That's boring. Just to be always doing something good. Well, you need to have that one to make you be like, hey. If you never get punched in your mouth, you don't know what it feels like until it happens.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
We're speaking about motivation and everything. So what actually, like, what is the thoughts that you go through to stay motivated?
If I fail, I'm embarrassed.
Yeah.
So you got to be different. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're different, your way of failing is different. You see what I'm saying? If you do the same thing everybody else do, everybody can put you on that same scale and scale your failure. But if you're different, they don't know how to. So they'll say, So my motivation is to stay different and set different levels. So when people look and say, I want to be like that. Because I'm not trying to be like anyone else. I look at everyone else and say, can I be different?
Right.
I literally tell people I've studied you for a long time.
So what was the toughest thing that you've done? Like you've come across?
Fighting.
No, like I mean, like as far as like even like the maintenance thing, or like how you said you have a job, you don't know how to do it for real, but you want to say I'm gonna do it anyway and get it done.
Nothing. I'm gonna be real with you. Nothing is hard.
Facts, nothing's hard.
Because if you got a smartphone,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? I ain't just fuck up. A lot of dumb people got smartphones.
And it's funny.
You know what I'm saying?
It's funny because it seems like you just stepped up. Basically, something my dad told me when I was a kid. You said everything comes with instructions. So if you can't read the instructions, you're dumb because you can put it together. It came with instructions.
When you go in class, what they gonna hand you? The first thing they hand you?
Instructions. Instructions. And it's funny because we had that conversation.
If
Like,
someone say, "Can you put this together?" Yes. I don't even need to know what it is. Yes. Can you build this? Yes. So if once I read the book, it's gonna say tools required.
Mm-hmm.
So once you look at tools required,
That's why
you
you
invest in those tools. Then after that, it says how many pieces come. Okay, how big is the job? Do I need someone? No, I can handle this. So that's it.
I told when I was thinking, I was like, man, my pop was smart for saying that, but I was like, sometimes you get some of them shits and they be having them Chinese.
And let's say this. I'm gonna take that away. I'm sorry for saying that. Experience.
Okay.
Because you can do something the first time and just go through it, but it's gonna be out of random things. I'm like, oh my god! Like the other day, I put in a sliding door for the first time.
Okay.
But the casing of the door was too high, so when we went in there, I'm literally thinking, how am I gonna make this client get what he want? He's a loyal client, so if I make this work, he's gonna be very impressed.
Right.
I said, ding ding ding, frame. So I don't have instructions. That's how things. I don't have instructions thinking this, but I know if you're gonna put a door in, you need something to hold it across.
Right.
I said, well, if we just make a frame across? He was like, what do you mean? I said, we put L brackets here on the side, holding the plank up, and get the measurement of the sliding, then we can put it into a door and make our own casing.
Right.
He said, let's do it. At that point, he trusted me. That's when I was like, all right, well, you got to make this happen.
Right.
So when I got there, then I seen the trim and things on the side. I was like, how this door going to fit? Never did it. I realized the casing has to go down, so I had to cut the trim so it can slide down and fit, like I guess parallel to the, right against it. And I was like, I just taught myself how to make a frame.
Right.
That gives other knowledge for other jobs. Even though I'm doing this, it's going to give me knowledge when I go put it, take out that frame, that it's a frame there. You know, because I put my stepmom, she's very supportive in my business, and my mom. But she was like, hey, can you put this door in? I'm like, yeah. She said, well, come tomorrow and do it. So I get a lot of practice just doing things at my dad's apartment and her house all the time.
Nice.
So you talked about, dealing with pretty much bad customers, stuff like that. Like, what's the worst situation you've ever been in dealing with bad customers?
A situation. It was a client where actually I'm not supposed to do this, but I'm gonna do it. It was just something out of my control, and they were very upset. And I explained to them, and I actually made sure I took care of it. I rectified the situation by explaining to them. I had to calm down. I was very mature at the time because I got mad at me. You know what I'm saying? If you call Tom Warner Cable right now, the customer, they have someone who's going to take care of that. You don't even speak to the CEO.
Right.
He don't even deal with you. We don't even know who he is honestly right now. There's someone in place for that. So what I'm learning is to have someone in place for that. Instead of dealing with everything. But I dealt with it on hand instead of saying, sorry for the yada yada yada, how can we do this? I was like, hold on, what? This 3 o'clock in the morning though. I shouldn't even responded.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You call right now, call T-Mobile, try to pay. They're gonna say tomorrow at 7 o'clock. I didn't have things. So it wasn't a bad client. It was bad disclaimers and things in place. So they're really, quote unquote, it's never a bad client. It's how you deal with it, how you respond to the issue. So someone's gonna have a complaint when you're doing business.
Right.
So it's how you deal with it, not them being a bad client.
Have you ever broke somebody's TV?
No.
No?
Yeah. But look, that's what insurance is for.
Right.
And that's why you have to have a technique to manage. That's why I tell people you can pay this guy, say, hey, I do it for $50. Because they haven't did the research and did the knowledge and actually did the market research and looked at the business that's charging the rates. That's why they're doing it for $25, $35. Because they're not looking at, hey, if I drop this TV, can I pay my insurance premium after I drop it? $50 is insurance premium. So he's just breaking even. So he's not really a businessman. He's just doing it because he knows a DIY. Actually, I have a course I'm putting out to teach people how to mount the TV so they can save money. You know what I'm saying? But that's probably going to get leaked and people are going to be doing it for free. That's cool. But you want to make sure you know what you're doing because you got water lines, electrical outlets, and things. You don't have
That's
the
why
tools.
I asked because I seen somebody. I was watching TikTok.
Oh yes, that water was coming on the wall.
It happens all the time. Or you put it into a fire barrier. Like this happens all the time. People I got a stuff I can mount a TV, or I got it.
That's me.
Mount TVs. He just mount them. And he gets my fire barrier, and he mounts to a fire barrier, but over here is not a stud. So he puts a toggle tie on there, and there's a weak part in that drywall. When you mount it, it's a 7-inch TV. You leave, you cut the fan on, and moisture build up, that TV come off the wall. You see what I'm saying? When you're on a different level, you look at things and you're prepared for that. You can mount a TV for $30. You can find them guys to do it.
Yeah.
But you run that risk, which is probably a low risk. Nothing might never happen, but there's a higher chance.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
So what's your most requested home renovation book?
TV mounts and light fixtures. I say light fixtures because most times some people, they say, can you do the lights? That's been a high request now, like putting the lights around doors and things like that. So they want the whole entertainment feel when they get that TV mounted.
Nice.
So do you have like a set price on TV mounting or light fixtures, or it's
a
how big?
conglomerate of things. It's mounts included, how you want it to be mounted, as far as wire hiding. How big the mount, as far as the size of TV, if the mount has to change, if you want full extension, swivel mount, wall tilt, flat wall mount, it differentiates as far as what you want.
Have you mounted? Cause I seen someone have some. It was like the TV goes up,
like
and then
I actually had a customer in Charlotte that want me to come out and mount with the motor, but they had ordered one, I guess, on Alibaba or something like that, and we were just talking business. They was like, well, look, I'm gonna buy like 3 or 4, come out, yada yada. But they wasn't good. The motors were bad on them. He was like, let's just call this and that. So, but I have did the from the ceiling. I did 3. I did 1.
Studs in the ceiling?
Yeah.
Sometimes, depending on the structure.
I was like,
Sometimes the metal.
The shit might gotta be on something.
But it's different. That's the thing. That's why when you gotta have a professional do it, because it's an apartment building. Sometimes it's metal framing under there, and it's a stud or something. So when you're running that that stud frame, you have to know what's under there, like just off experience. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it might just be a piece of wood. You might try putting the ceiling, and it might be between the joists, just a piece of wood there.
Right.
And you go and feed it, and you put that thing in there, and it was just a regular piece of wood. It's gonna come off the roof. It's not actually stud. I've seen that happen. So you gotta really be careful.
Yeah.
So
what's the name of your fitness company?
it's by all means get fit.
Sheesh.
do you help with people bulking up or losing weight more so?
It's more or less when people come, they don't really have a specific goal. So they say I want to lose some weight, but after they train with me, it's more or less staying motivated to do whatever you want. Because like I said, I'm not a specific coach as far as bodybuilding, losing weight. It's more or less fitness general. You know, we're gonna go in there. Because I'm a mind, body, soul type coach. Because everyone deals with things on a day-to-day basis. That's kind of their point of. Most people I train will become really like life friends and things after. It's not really just fitness and go on. It's fitness and hey, what you doing today? How you doing? You know, is it better? Is that situation that we're both going through at the time, getting better with life? You know, I'm trying to meet a quota this week at 50 TVs. You know what I'm saying? Because that helps me get through what I need to get through. Yeah, you're trying. Okay, did it happen? Yeah. All right, so let's keep moving. You know,
So when it comes to the actual maintenance part of it, like the construction part of it, are you a one-man army or do you have a team?
I have a team.
Okay.
And when I say a team, it's actually a couple of guys in the city. I want to say something about Greensboro that I've never seen. There are people out there that want to make it and will work with you. Like Miles Moving, my boy Tarek Willis out in Raleigh, another guy, he helps me all the time. Dante Donnell, he's another one. Josh Miller, a lot of people refer me to things. Even more Trent David, he's another one. But he created a group. That's the guy that created a group. It's basically a lot of entrepreneurs that has business, and we refer each other. Like, hey, bro, I seen a post. Go get that. I just tagged you in it. So there is a lot of guys that I'm surprised that work together and we come together and actually you wouldn't even know it. It's like a secret society, honestly.
I can tell you, networking is crazy because even when I've seen something not too long ago, it was just about like artists, the top artists in Greensboro. You're like, yo, I forgot about this person and that person.
Yeah, that's why I'm just naming like who I talk to them all the time, but it's so many. Like when I was actually just doing fitness and things like that, I was saying like, man, I wish we would unite as black people. Man, listen,
Crazy.
there is unity in our community, bro. You just
Yeah,
gotta be
you
doing
got-
what you gotta
right,
do
right.
to be attached to it.
You don't gotta understand that it's power in numbers.
Yes, bro. It is a lot of you, and I'm so appreciative of having people like that in my community and guys like that. Like, if you've ever tagged my name in a post, thank you.
Right.
Like, by all means, thank you.
Right.
For real, for real.
Have you ever ran track?
What?
That's what I said.
Yeah. Oh, you did say you. Oh yeah, you did. Say, no, because I was just thinking about your video.
That's, I'm gonna say, real with
Which
you.
one?
Track.
The video you was on that
Treadmill?
fast track.
Oh yeah. Track. I was
like, what the fuck?
Track is my like. Track is my. That's my passion. Like,
Yeah.
I got it. It's tattled me for
Yeah.
a reason. Like, growing up, my dad he wanted me to play football and things like that. I was a great wrestler as well. But when I got on the track, I already knew it was like. Remember Cat Williams said about his son, he was like, "What you thinking about running?" That was me. Like, what? Like, probably not get to the car, probably jog to the car and leave out of here.
Please don't.
But I'm not. It's
slippery.
slippery. But I'm always on the go. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And like, I put a video out a while back when I was on the cleaning service. It was what was his name? It was like, I moved too fast. I forgot what's the name of that song. I've been drinking a little bit, so I'm trying to remember.
I just all I heard was move too fast.
Move too fast. But anyways, in the video I used it because a lot of people know I ran track.
Right.
I was the first, they say, male state champion in my school's history. So I really hold pride to that. So when I do things, I try to be fast, efficient, and utilize that. Like when I do jobs, I'm lifting the TV. They don't know the reason why I'm lifting that 65 or 70 TV. I was a wrestler, so the things I've done in the past helps me do the jobs that I do.
Right.
What school you went to?
Southern Guilford.
Oh, okay. Oh, Dudley.
Storm.
Dudley.
We used to bust Dudley up on the track. Everything else,
Not on the
nobody
football
got.
field.
You right. We never played them. We never played Reason. I mean, not Reason, but Dudley on football. But yeah, we got it in though. Shout class 08. You know we got down.
Right. How much do you charge for personal training?
It differentiates as far as like it's $40 an hour for single sessions. If you would like to get more sessions, it goes then of course. I have packages as well. But most people that try it out, sometimes I train, don't even charge sometimes. Depending on where you at, if you're trying to get in there, get a session in, work with me, come on, let's go. Because ain't no point in wasting my time if you're really not going to commit to it. But if you want to work out once or twice, hit me up. Let's find
Do
a
you
place.
actually push people like, come on, get your ass out, go?
Yes and no.
Oh.
That's what I need.
I need that.
I'm going to say this very well. I'm glad I got a point to say this.
If you not
That's the way we was raised.
This is, I just talked to a guy today. What trainers hate, if you're a trainer like this, whatever, we hate babysitting.
Yeah.
Okay, babysitting is when you know you done paid me the money to do
your
what I'm
ass
supposed to
ain't
do.
go.
And you say, well, he didn't motivate me. You was motivated enough to give me money, so be motivated to say, hey, I know I'm supposed to do this. I don't feel good today. What we doing today? It's not a responsibility to hold them accountable. It's a responsibility to give the knowledge and the discipline. Because that's why I strayed away from personal training. I'm more of a motivational coach now. I'd rather motivate you to go get it by all means.
Right.
Because if you're not willing to go get it by all means, you know, like when you
Right.
die, you're gonna die alone. You ain't gonna die with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're gonna die alone. So it's a personal thing for you. It has to be personal.
Right.
You know, you gotta get to some point where you want it so bad, you like forget what I'm thinking.
Right.
I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying?
I
Somebody
hope
walking
I
right
get
there with a gun and say, "Give me everything you got," and you don't
Right.
want them to get it, you're gonna fight for your life. So if you want it bad enough, you're gonna fight for it.
Yeah.
Right.
So what is your schedule like actually balancing doing the personal training and doing the things?
Man, you asked me at the road time. I was text. I was like, right now, somebody asked me to go on the TV. I wouldn't know what to tell them.
Yeah.
Cause I was like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, when you make decisions in life, you gotta be prepared for it. So preparing myself for I want to be successful. It's easy to say that, to want to be successful. If you're not prepared for it, like Steve Harvey said sometime, his mom was telling him about a car and removing a car, and he was like, "No, mom, I'm gonna get it next week." And the moment he removed that car, he finally received what was meant for him, which was another car. So I want to say, as a whole, no matter what you do, work for yourself, anything, prepare for what you're trying to receive. So, like, with that question, what's your schedule like? I don't even know right now because I have to sit down and refocus again because I've got so many orders on the go,
Right.
doing other things, being caretaker here, and worrying about this and that. I have to say, hold on, stop. What's going on? So I haven't had a moment to do that, and it's normally like late night, 2-3 o'clock in the morning. If I don't doze off and I get up and go, so yeah.
So, what other companies do you like manage or operate outside of fitness and?
I have I'll say sister company with my girlfriend. She has two companies called TLC Services and Danita's Cleaning Services. TLC Services is the one who makes all my apparel. When I first started off doing fitness, I started off doing apparel. So of course, me being, I'm an alpha male. So I'm the type of guy I want to do everything. I don't want my woman to do nothing. I want her to sit back. If she's doing something, it's helping me. You get what I'm saying? And it's helping the income coming more. Yeah. So at the time, I was always stressing her, man, why are you working, bro? Chill. I wasn't making enough to be telling her to do that to start off with. But the alpha male in me was like, I'm going to.
Right.
So when I finally got to a point where I was mature enough to understand, I was like, hey, you don't have to, but can you help me do it? She started saying, no, I don't want to, because what if does something happen? Something happened, and then she ended up learning, so I started teaching her how to do things. She took that junk off. I'm talking, she started doing it. I'm like, how you make that? She's like, no, you can layer it. You can put, I'm like, no, you can't. Yes, you can. Boom. Let me wear that. Yeah, make me one like that. And I was like, you know what? You can do this, and other people need that done, especially on a business level.
Right.
She's like, what? I'm like, yeah, listen to me. Stop. She had a guy with edibles. He made edibles out in California. He was like, hey, I need these masks made. We got an event. Boom, she got. I'm like, first of all, where you put this $10 on Facebook ad? What did she do? She's like, you can go on Facebook ads and do this with my business partner, Stephanie. Shout out to Stellion Solutions. I ain't gonna take all this credit, give y'all. I have a partner who really has matured my company on a whole nother aspect. From I woke up one morning and she had an LLC. I'm like, how'd you get that? I did give her some money because we had another contract because she was working, helping me doing her due diligence, my business. She said, I took the money, I got my LLC, and I got that vacuum. It was like it was like 300 something. I'm like, yo, this is the girl for me. Like, she ain't taking money by no, she's taking money and flipping it. And the business, literally, next day, she had 2 contracts for like $700. I'm like, good, crazy girl with me. Show me. So she said, you're a best friend. We've been talking. She showed me this. We're doing this. And she also, we got your paperwork in there already. I'm like, what? She said, you got to go do your DBA. I'm like, what's that? So you can have your name. You can take your name and make it into a business. So that's what a DBA technically is. So I took my name and made it into a DBA, and then the LLCs and all that things. I'm like, y'all handle that. Let me just go out in the streets and do the work. And that's when it starts becoming overwhelming when you're trying to handle all that. But yeah.
Well, that was actually my next question. How did you go about getting your LLC?
Stellion Solutions. Stephanie Jackson. She's actually based out in Texas. She was here in Greensboro. That's my childhood friend. Her brother Calvin King and Mason King, they're also my best friends. We all grew up together. So about 8 years ago, me and Boy was out in Florida working for Sunoco, and he was the, I guess, general manager. He said, "Will, come with me." So we was going down there the whole time on the road. We're talking about business. I'm like, Cal, I'm gonna start cutting grass, bro. I've seen all these guys get to it. A guy named Multi-Purpose Martin. Y'all heard of him? He was getting to it. I'm like, somebody said, I need my grass cut. Boom. I need this done. Boom. And I'm like, that boy is getting this. I had to start tagging him and stuff. Didn't even know him. Another guy, he came up. I'm like, these guys are really, I think I can do that. He said, well, we'll get you a lawnmower. I'm like, all right. So I start cutting grass, doing it. Got the logo made. That's why I started doing business, cutting grass. I didn't do nothing else, just cut grass. He said, well, now you need to learn how to do market research. So what's that? He said, market research is when you look at other companies in the area, see what they charge, and see how you can differentiate from them and set your pricing. Right. He was like, you got to look at True Green, you got to look at these guys, you got to look at the Gonzalez brothers, you got to look at all these people, even the little signs, you got to call them, hey, how you doing, brother? Yeah, I need my yard cut, I got a medium-sized yard, how much you charge? And let them tell you. Say, okay, boom. Go on Google, get a number, call them back. Hey, brother, my name is, I got a small yard, how much you charge? And they'll tell you, okay. Then you have somebody else call, and then you get all their pricing, and you change, especially the best guys. Right. But you got to have the tools and things like that. So you got to start off small. I said, So I see what he said, well, if you're going to really be a boss, you got to know all of that. You can't just divvy in. Everybody's not a boss. He said, to be a boss, you got to know the 1, 2, 3, and the ABCs. He said, because it costs to be stupid. That's what you mean. He said, if I tell you that you didn't have this, you get penalized, do you think they care if you didn't know? He said, okay, so you need to learn the ins and outs of business. So my partners really got with me and started making me mature in business. Like that situation with the bad customer, you have to have things in place for that. So business can run efficient and have ways of maneuvering, you know. Like I said, there's logistics in business in every aspect. So into business, studying on solutions, legitimize my business, and sorry y'all. Legitimize my business also gave me the knowledge how to run it efficiently.
Nice.
That's what's up. So tell the people where to find you.
My name on Facebook is Bam Graves. I have a website, www.bamthebuilder.com. And that's pretty much it. I have a Bam the Builder. And Instagram is Bam by all means CEO. Yeah, by all means CEO and Bam Fit Gang on Instagram for my fitness.
And we definitely will be tagging all his information once the podcast ends. Well, some of his information is already tagged already.
And then we'll have a
But
bio.
and we'll also have a bio for him if y'all are needing his assistance. All right, so that will be the end of the interview right now. And unless you have a.
I don't.
All right, well, thank you for coming. We definitely appreciate you still to stay here with us if you want to and cut up with us, you know. And we definitely appreciate you for real, because you're always supporting us. No matter what, you're always jumping on. Yeah, you one of our number one fans.
Thanks.
Alright, so the next segment is Black Excellence. So the first one is going to be my childhood friend Jordan Reed. It's actually like we really grew up together. It's my dad's best friend's son. He made his goal. Well, first he wanted to be a professional football player, but then he changed his life plans and wanted to be an anchor for ESPN, and he made his goal, and he is now anchor for ESPN.
That's dope.
His name is Jordan Reed, so I'm very happy for him.
Right.
Clap for Jordan.
So we want to shout out to Tory Evans. He has his own lemonade brand. His name Bomb AF. You can purchase it at #BombAF Lemonade. It will be for sale Saturday, March 26th in downtown Greensboro at XO Lounge from 3 to 9 p.m.
Right. He also got his vegan burgers. He's gonna be selling that day also.
Oh, okay, really? I see that.
And
Okay. Last is Rhonda Williams. She's opening. She had a suite already, and she's opening an additional suite. It is going to be located in Greensboro. This suite is for $150 a week. She's been posting videos and pictures. If you do want more information, write her on Facebook. This suite is really, really nice and super dope. Her name again is Rhonda Williams.
Go, Rhonda.
All right, so that's it for Black Excellence. The next thing we're going to talk about super quick is the petition for Tamika Drummer. She is a 47-year-old. She's now 47. She's a 47-year-old inmate who was locked up when she was 34. She was sentenced to life for having less than 2 ounces of weed in Mississippi. So there's a petition that is pinned on our page that we would like for everyone to sign. Basically, the petition is to get her out. The judge receives the petition, and then he'll, what is it called when they, is it vindicate? Exonerate her for doing life, because she has like 4 kids, and it's just nobody should have life for weed.
Right.
That's crazy.
And when
Especially
weed is
where it's
legal.
legal everywhere.
Right. It's basically, it almost is. West Carolina, we waiting.
The way it's going, you can get at the smoke shop.
Right.
So we're about to slide into these hot topics.
All right. I thought he was going to do
We don't have hot topics. Maybe hot topics is why it's spicy.
Why is it so spicy?
You said something about have y'all tried Big Wheels on food truck?
No, wait, what is
Is it in Greensboro?
Will Shakur, you ain't tried this food truck?
Is it in Greensboro?
Yes.
No.
Is it off of Friendly?
It's Big Will's famous hot dog food truck.
It's a food truck, so it's not stationed in one place.
It can be some people.
Well,
are.
there's a food truck on Friendly.
He know it be in front of Cons.
You was telling me about all the
wait.
food trucks that be in front of Cons.
Yeah, I tried almost all of them.
Listen.
How does it look?
What? He got a sign on the side. It's like it says Big Will's famous hot dogs.
No, I ain't tried
Big
that.
Will's backyard famous hot dogs. My bad.
I didn't try that.
Man, listen. As soon as you said that, I literally thought about like he got
It's
a spot.
beef dogs?
It's this Saturday.
It's this.
He has these it's like Philly cheese steak dogs, Philly cheese
Oh.
hamburgers. He got wings
Hot
now.
dogs?
You said how much?
No, she said. I don't know what she said.
Oh, but
No, I was saying hot
he has
dogs,
wings,
Philly
Philly
cheesesteak.
cheese, hot
Oh.
dogs, all of that. But I did get hungry when you said this now. I was thinking about this Saturday. I just thought I
So
got.
is everybody back at Cons? All the
I
food
don't
trucks?
know. But that's one I'm about to go get.
For sure.
We gotta check it out.
Oh, shout out to him. We went
Oh,
on
that's
the
right.
show.
Got the whole show.
Shout out to him.
Yeah.
We'll have to have him on
Look
the
it up,
show.
man.
Right.
Send them our
Get
way.
him out here. Yeah.
Send all your black businesses
Yeah.
our way. We put them on.
Right.
He's putting on for this. He actually has something called VOTS, called Voice of the Struggle, where he was helping a lot of kids in the community.
That's
Okay,
what's
nice.
up.
It actually
Yeah,
got pushed under the rug because he wasn't getting a lot of support from the city.
Right.
But he's done a lot of good things for the community. Real.
That's
So it's somebody you might want to have on the show.
Right.
Yeah. Definitely
Right.
send them our way.
We'll save his information.
His name Will Shakur on
Will
Facebook.
Shakur.
Okay.
I think I know that. Hold on. We'll look him up. All right, hot topics time. So, the first question. Y'all ready? Say no. Y'all ready? Who is to blame for a single parent
The
household?
white man.
The
What?
government.
Mental health.
Yeah.
Oh God. I think we realized
gonna
that during this
stop.
pandemic.
We're gonna stop blaming people in our culture. We're gonna
Mental
start
health.
It's mental health, because it gets to a point where we'll start saying, Because once you get mental health, you look back and say, hold on, that wasn't the cause. You know what I'm saying? There was other factors on both sides. It wasn't just one sided. You know, so
Yeah.
when you actually have a clear mind, you can think like that. So I'm gonna say mental health. When you
I can't say
I'm gonna
for
say the government. I'm gonna say the government for this one reason.
yes, but they caused a lot of
But
mental
mental
health,
health, right.
issues.
Right.
So we start dealing with it. That's like if you're boxing, it's a counter. They throw a punch. How do you react? By countering what they throw at you, by
Right.
dealing with the issue that's caused.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day,
I say back in the day it was the government, but now Keisha will have her and her boyfriend staying in the projects together, getting food stamps and living off the benefits.
No, but
So
see,
wrong
but
with
see,
you.
Keisha's boyfriend is not the baby daddy. So what I'm saying,
No, it will be the baby that she will have all that going
They
on
actually
within
brothers.
her project. And they living off the government. Back in the day, you couldn't. They really would be checking and be into it, making sure that that man was not in that house. But now Keisha, her baby daddy, and all the kids living a life.
Okay, where's the
Facts.
money for that new microwave?
Right.
They don't
Facts.
do that no more.
They not really into it like they were.
They
But
don't
they
have
just
to
check
do,
your check.
see, and that's why I said the government, because they don't have to do that no more. They already instilled that. It's like when they put black people in, because actually the ghettos were made for Jews, right? But the Jews were there and then fight and flight, right? So they left, and then now it was the black people's domain. So now they put us here, and it was hard for us to escape that poverty or escape that ghetto. That's why we're still there today. So
Right.
when the government came in and did the same thing with the families, like, all right, well, fuck it, we'll give you this money. I mean, you can't have it, man. You can't. He can't really be around. If he's working, we're not going to do this.
Right.
And they took it. Now they was just so conditioned that they don't have to go. Oh, you got a new iron? Oh, you got a new stove? They don't got to do that no more because
It kind of makes
Well,
me wonder, why was people accepting all of that when they could be out here doing certain
because it was hard
Because
to
it
still
wasn't
get
making
jobs
it, right.
too. And you got to remember,
wasn't
opportunities for
making
women
it, yeah.
has gotten better now since then. Like women wasn't going out here getting top paying jobs like that.
No.
Like today, women make more than men for a world. Back then, it was the other way around. So I look at it like I said, I think it was the conditioning from the government. The government conditions you this way, and you learn this way, and this is all you know. We don't got to aspire you no more. You
I mean,
got
I feel
Section 8?
like I feel like I went that way too. I thought about it that way too because that is from the beginning. But I also thought about 2022. Why are we single parents right now? Not just 2022. In our generation, I feel like we didn't love ourselves enough to be with the person, lay down with a person that we feel as though will be a good father. We
that's
lay
case
down
by,
with.
that's why it's hard to say because it's case by case.
Right.
We
Yeah.
can't say one scenario is
Right.
a fix all be all for everybody. So that's what I'm saying.
Right.
You have to
For my
stop.
scenario, I
Yeah.
feel like I'm a single parent because of I
You was
laid
horny.
down. I was horny and I laid down with someone I didn't even think twice about even having a child with, you know.
I mean,
But
understanding
now
life.
as I'm
Just having-
grown, I'm
The
like,
Cosby Show was syndicated, and now that man is they destroyed that man, and now it's not even syndicated anymore. It was the last black family for the first and last black family that you've seen on TV that were all together. You could be a doctor, you could be a lawyer, you could be this. You see what I'm trying to say? It's not like that now for us. So like you watching Sister Girl and this, that, and the third, it's a bunch of ratchet shit that goes on
Right.
today.
I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Like I feel like it's one like how you were raised. Like your parents showed you, you know, how you were supposed to be or what to deal with, what to take.
Right.
You know, the men to, not always, but the men that you pull or the females that you pull, you're basing it off of what you seen when you were raised. Also, as well as some people their parents didn't talk to them, especially with our generation. Mm-hmm. Our parents didn't really talk to us about sex or condoms, even abortions, Plan Bs, any of that. So like a lot now, you get pregnant now, you know what the hell you're doing. Mm-hmm. We 30. But like back then when you were 17, 16, 18, nobody really talked to us about that.
That's not my story, because I was raised with a single mom.
Some people,
yeah.
like he said, you can't base
Has anybody
that's not my story. I was talked about all of that stuff because I had never girls in my family. I'm the youngest.
And a lot of people learn differently. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, if you look at me and say, yes, my dad, there's things like, I don't talk bad about nothing, but my dad, you look at me and you say, my dad was in my life, he did things. There's things I didn't like my dad did, you know what I'm saying? I didn't like certain things my mom did. So you also learn what not to do.
Right.
You know, so on a level of, that didn't work out the way, you know, I had a two-parent household. Right. So I would see the way they would love each other, and that was love sometimes, you know. Sometimes, that's love. That's not love. Because I would be alone with them and hear what they would say about each other. Right. So the things, when I would hear them say the good things, I took that. The bad things, I, like I said, eradicate that and push that to the side and don't even deal with that. So I think if just coming from a toxic environment, you can be a better person with the proper mental stability and understand where you're trying to go with it. Right. If you're looking at being marriage, you know what I'm saying, it's not about you no more. Right. It's about the overall outcome. Because there's sometimes you're going to do things you don't want to do, but the ending goal is for the both of you, not just what you want.
Has anybody here ever watched Friends?
Yes.
We were back in the day.
Friends. All right.
My name's William, but this is not my girlfriend. But my name is William.
All right, I got you. So that's 1 out of what, 4? Yeah. Or you said?
I watched it.
I've never seen it either. So.
Oh yeah, every now and then.
All right, so 2 out of 5, right?
Shut up.
Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts?
Huh?
Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts?
No. Dang.
Oh.
Say it again.
Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts?
Dunkin' Donuts.
Dunkin'.
I don't know. I don't like Dunkin'. I like Starbucks. Yeah, I don't like Dunkin'.
2 out of 5 again, right?
Yeah.
Has anybody ever seen Martin?
Yes.
Yeah.
All 5 of us have seen Martin, right?
Yeah.
But it's the same thing that goes back to the program, it's television program. It's a reason why we haven't seen Friends. There's a reason why y'all seen Friends.
I have seen Friends.
No, that's why I said 2 out of 5.
Yeah.
Oh, we have. Okay,
2 out of 5. That's what I'm saying. 2 out of 5, 2 out of 5, 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5 is the
Usually when I
consensus.
see Friends come up, I'm like, okay, time to turn the channel.
Nigga, have you ever seen Spin City?
What?
Have you ever seen
Friends? I just thought about what that was. So
you never know.
If you had WB-40, it with the little frog.
Exactly.
You had no choice.
And I went to the next black shop. Sorry.
Exactly. The next black shop.
Yes.
Right.
But there's a reason why that demographic, that programming, this TV is programming, right? It's the same thing like I'm saying, like how I say the government basically took away the black male.
You know what's funny? It's called marketing. To be real
that too.
It's called marketing because when we look at it, it's to make sales. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, Martin getting paid. You know what I'm saying? And the person probably owning that TV station. You get what I'm saying? So it's
all in the demographic.
So they know at a certain time, black people are gonna be asleep. That's why they got that show planned at that time. You know what I'm saying? Like they ain't not gonna be up 11, 12 o'clock. That's why you don't see Friends 11, 12 o'clock at night. You see Martin and things like that. Their bedtime is normally 7, 8, 9 o'clock.
But see, I always see that still too though for like just our demographic, right? Like how we grew up. Like most of the times, the stuff that you watch, if you did not have cable, you were watching Martin. You were watching whatever was on UPN or WB-17. Well, I grew up in Philly, so
I didn't watch the Christian channel until I got so bored.
Like the CW, like they all changed up. See what y'all saying?
The UPN.
Yeah.
So I was having a conversation with God earlier, right? I really was. I was having a conversation with God earlier on how my life is and everything. And he was talking back.
He should.
Yeah. And he was just telling me that he said where you was at, you was grown, but you wasn't the adult that you are becoming. And I was like, what you mean? That's kind of like the same. I'm grown. He was breaking down. No, you was grown. You had what you had. You had the house. You had all that stuff. But your mental and everything, that's when you become the adult. I was cooking. I was like, oh shoot, God, thank you. But it was like that gave me confirmation that I know I am going to the right place. For me to even think I would not lay down unprotected with a man that I know would not be there for that child. Like for me to even think that means I'm becoming an adult that God wants me to be.
Can I say something? There's a scripture that says all things. It says all things work to the good of those who love the Lord according to their riches and purpose. So when you look at something as being bad sometimes, and you think it's going to work out to your bad, it's actually a course outline, like an academy you're about to go through. So when you get to the end goal, you like, when you graduate, you feel good about it. So we look at sometimes things being bad, but we're actually getting ready for graduation. And that's what you probably got. God was like, you about to graduate, girl.
I am.
All right, so
Hey, you better get your,
I
it, girl.
I like all that.
A doctor, mama doctor. There you go. Go get it.
I like all that, right? But like, it still brings me back to the point of like programming and perpetuation. So like you said, marketing, right? When crack hit the 80s, and they said the CIA put crack in the ghettos, right?
They start marketing through hip hop.
All right, but so they put it in the ghetto, right? They said it. Like, yeah, we
Shoot, you
fucked
see
up.
what they're doing right now.
Right, so here we go.
Biden just put $60 million in the crack pipe in the Catholic church.
I told him that shit. I'm like, yo, all right, so now you
Future about to get lit up.
you say that, right?
It happened.
But that's what I'm saying. You look at this. They put the crack in the ghetto in the 80s. So that's taking the black father away because he's on crack now. He's strung out, or the mother. Whatever's clever.
Right.
That's splitting the family up. Bang. Then you got the 90s where they had the prisons that were privatized and they're making money. Statistically, they'll say that 1 in 3 people that are in prison are black, right? All right. So you put all that into play, and now as a woman, I mean, I know a lot of single women. Women cannot raise a man if she has a boy child to be a man.
You can't even say it's a single issue. Then you got to say there's a conglomerate.
There's a whole bunch of shit.
You got think about it. If a young boy is growing up, you don't think he's gonna have insecurity issues when his mom's like, "You got to be the man." He's like, "What's a man?"
Right.
You know
I'm
what
only
I'm saying?
I
6.
said I would never do that to
when
my
he
child.
do things that's wrong, and she's like, "You just like your daddy."
Or
You know what I'm saying?
chastise him.
I ain't never met him. First of all, I'm not just like my daddy.
Or chastise him. You can't beat a man.
So it created a lot of issues, you know what I'm saying? Like, I hate, that's why me, myself, I've seen things in my community. I've tried to be proactive. But first of all, I have to deal with myself. Before I can even help in my community.
Yeah.
I have to be efficient myself. That's why I had to take myself away from certain situations that was driving me crazy, you know, in my community, trying to help. And just because you're helping don't mean you're doing a good deed. Sometimes you're doing more damage to yourself. You gotta sometimes say, hold on, am I pouring from an empty cup? Am I pouring from an empty cup? Am I filling a cup with a hole in it? You see what I'm saying? Sometimes we try to help a situation that can never be fulfilled.
Right.
So you need to fulfill yourself, and that's not selfish. Because right now, if I die, who's gonna be in that casket?
This is you.
Boom, or bam, straight like that. So you have to take care of yourself before you can ever help anyone.
Right.
No matter what you did, how you came to that point in life, now it's time. Once you come to that recognition, whatever the word is, when you come to that understanding that you need to make a change, that's when you have your awakening. And do that by all means, whatever it takes.
Right.
So it don't matter what you've been through, what you've gone through. We all are in the same boat with a different paddle.
Amen.
Right.
So we got to do what we got to do to get to where we need to be and stop focusing on anybody else but ourselves.
So how does that bring closure to the unsingle, the duality of the parent household?
The duality?
Yeah.
They both got issues.
Right.
One probably taking care of the problem, and the other one trying to figure out why they
But
got
those
problems.
issues are stemmed from somewhere. That's what I'm saying. So
Right.
That stems from what
But
I
you
said
can't
with
fix.
your
You
raising,
can't
your
fix it all
upbringing.
together.
But upbringing. All right. So that's what I'm
It's
saying.
different with
If
the
you go-
generational
generational
curse.
Wait, can I talk? So,
No.
so like I said, we're talking about back in the day. So if you talk about the 60s and 70s, it stems from your upbringing. You grew up with 2-parent households.
So it's
Why would
basically
it
from
change?
everything. So it stemmed from
Back in the
doing
day.
with the drugs and back in the day, and then it grows
It's just
into
different.
our
Michael
parents,
Jackson
and it's going
told
down
us
generation
the
to
answer
generation.
a long time ago. Man in the mirror.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Go
understand.
listen. If you want to answer your
understand
question,
that.
go listen to that song right now.
I
It'll
understand.
fit. If a man have a problem with his baby mom right now, and he want to fix it, go listen to "Man in the Mirror" with Michael Jackson, and I promise you, you'll be like, I need to call her and check on her.
I mean, I understand
You know?
that, but I don't think it's going to fix bringing the household back to 2 parents.
I mean, I don't know
It
why-
will. We can get religious.
Hold on.
We can do
We're
all
not gonna
these
bring
things.
the
to
household
try-
back to 2.
That's
Yeah,
what we're talking about.
Sometimes it's not good. A
No,
household.
we're not talking about household back to 2. We
Yes,
just
we
talking
are.
about
Why is
For
there?
want
future
co-parent.
generations.
That's my
not
point. No, it's not
now.
about
No.
co-parenting. It's about why is the
Like,
single
what?
parent household? That's the question.
Why is it a single parent home?
Breaking the
'Cause-
cycle
Okay,
of
okay.
single
This is
parent
why it's a
households.
single household because sometimes us in our culture, we do things at a time we're not prepared for it,
Mm-hmm.
and situations come from it, and it stems to other problems. And when it gets out of hand, we don't know how to.
But you don't think they had problems back in the day?
But wait, I'm
They had, it was race
But
issues.
look, you can't fix every narrative.
Facts.
I'm just telling you why single mothers, single fathers, because it's both. It ain't just single mothers, single fathers too.
Right.
We be in lust.
You see what I'm saying?
Too much.
So we do things at a time we're not ready for it, just like starting a business immaturely.
Mm-hmm.
You start a business at the wrong time and not be prepared, it's gonna get blackballed.
Yeah.
You're gonna say that person was this, that, this, but then you rebrand yourself and you learn things.
Mm-hmm.
Once you relearn things, you have a new way of doing things. So once you put yourself in a new state of mind, you can now think different. You say, I shouldn't have did that. So it comes with maturity.
Right.
Sometimes we put ourselves in situations we're not mature enough for.
Right.
That's why it's a lot
But
of...
see, the issue comes from this now.
It
Now,
does,
if you
it
don't
does.
have the two-parent household for you to learn from or gain from, how is you know moving forward?
Watch
That's
this.
why I
Right
said
now,
the generational
if you
thing.
get hungry, where does it start at?
My stomach,
Okay, then where does it go?
my brain.
Then what do?
Go get find something to eat
Okay, if you got a problem with your baby mama, where does it start at?
with us.
Okay, but if it's an issue you're causing, or say if she's causing it, right?
Right,
But you don't know how to deal with it.
right.
But you always get out of control. You always deal with her improperly. It's always going to be an issue.
But we can still try to fix it.
But if we want to be technical, if we're the man, we should.
We're supposed to fix it.
Right. But how can we fix something when you're stable here?
And we got that unstableness from somewhere. That's what I'm saying.
So how
Okay,
the
but now
gener-
you know
I'm a-
now
hold
you
on.
know that
I'm
you
a personal
married
trainer. Hold on,
unstable.
wait. I'm a personal trainer. I can answer that.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I'm
You
gonna
said
answer
that
it.
we
If
had-
you said we have issue right now,
Right.
if your job told you have to bench 225 every day, 10 times, all right, what are you gonna do?
That's my job. I got to do it.
But what are you gonna do?
Do it.
But what if you can't?
If I can't do it, I'm gonna try to do it. We're gonna explain to him like, look, bro, I can't do this 225. We're gonna break it down. I'm gonna do
You about
my-
to get fired. You doing
if
a lot
I
of
get fired, I
explaining.
gotta find a better
You're
job.
gonna go get a trainer and you're gonna figure out how to get that 1025 bench 10 times.
But it's the
brother.
same thing when you said where you stepped into a situation that you had no idea what you were doing.
Why?
And you figured out how
But
to
when
do
you
it.
go to that training, you're gonna learn. Now we're talking about the mind. If you go to that person that's a professional and help you delegate the way you deal with that individual, now you have a better way because you're understanding.
So you
Hold on,
saying
wait.
counseling?
Yeah.
Let me finish all the way. When you find a different way of dealing with a situation, when you was taught a certain way, at first in black community we're taught Jesus, which is what I was taught. There's a lot of things taught in Jesus that ain't right.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to learn how to delegate myself as a man, not what I was taught. See, in the black community, we're taught women can't preach. I ain't even gonna touch that.
That's why-
God can use a rock to bring a message if he wants to. So what I'm saying is when you learn a different way of thinking, you can move different.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So we can talk about everything else, but we still gonna have an issue until you learn.
So
Wait,
you're
let me
professional.
finish. If you cut me off, you'll never get the complete thought.
All right, go ahead.
You gotta finish. It's A to B. So if you say something, it goes A, C, B. All right?
Get it.
So to get to A to B, you gotta understand you gotta change the way you move. If you taught to move this way, you move it too much. The closest point between A and B is what? A straight line, right?
Right.
If you taught this and this right here, you're doing too much. They say all you gotta do is take a step forward to get to A, B, but you was taught to hop. You need to move, change the way you're moving until you're taught. Teaching starts here.
Right.
So all that you're telling me is irrelevant. You gotta learn how to move. In our community, wait, you about to pre-ejaculate again.
I ain't say
In
nothing.
our community,
I ain't say
you
nothing.
gotta stop and say, am I moving correctly in my relationship? Does she feel secure in my leading?
Yeah.
Do she want me to be the man?
Yes.
I don't gotta ask my girl that. You don't need to work. This is what you need to do. You need to make sure this is moving efficiently for me so I can do these things. If her mind ain't together, she gon', why I gotta do this? So if she don't get herself together, we ain't gonna never be equally yoked.
Ooh, come on.
So it don't take,
Come on,
it takes
yo.
God, but it also takes you having the mental capacity to hear what God's saying to you.
Mm-hmm.
If your mind is messed up, what is God saying to you if your mind messed up? Don't listen to that. That's the wrong
That's a
message. I need to
sermon.
hear. I need to hear she's hurt right now, so be a little patient with her, because you was hurt.
Yeah.
When that girl broke your heart and you was sitting there looking stupid and everything, he a punk, he ain't, Bam ain't nothing. Bam will never be nothing. But that one girl say, you can do it.
Yes. Come
Now
on.
that girl that said I can do it inspired me. And I might never have looked at her in a certain way, but now I look at her totally different because now I see a vision.
Right.
Because my mind is
She's
different.
seen that vision.
But where was her mind at when she see it? God had to be able to have her mind clear
Right.
to see I had a vision.
Yeah.
So it starts where your mind is at. You would never even know how to bench 225. Your trainer tell you the reason why you ain't getting is because your back ain't arched right. You trying to do it with a flat back. As a trainer, I have that knowledge because it's here. I can give you that if you would have came in. But you're saying, why are we going to fix it? First, by doing this. And then saying, what do I need to do?
I understand that, but what you're saying to me, that whole, are you done?
Yes, sir.
Okay, the whole thing you just told me was that you are teaching yourself.
No, I didn't. No, I never said that.
You just said he
Can
doesn't
I talk? I can't stop talking.
My
I can't talk. You got no
Wait.
idea. You gotta do this first. So let me get to my point. So what you just basically said to me is that it's self-taught because you said it's mental. The first thing you told me was that you had to find professional help because the trainer has to get me to get that.
Actually, I did. Let me go back to reiterate this. If you read my mission statement at the beginning, you will know where I got my source from. It said, by all means, do all things through Christ who strengthens us.
Okay, so that's the teacher.
Wait.
There's
things I don't even know how to do. So for me to have the right mental capacity, that's how I'm able to receive these messages. I didn't sell. It's a gift. That's my gift.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Everybody doesn't have that, though. So
But listen, I'm telling you how to get it. If you want the right gift, your mind got to be right. God gave me a gift to understand. If you got a clear mind, you can think clear. You can do things that you never thought you could do if you listen to me. I just have a source. My source is through Christ. I ain't here to preach.
That's
what works for me. Allah also works for people. There's Muslims that do the same thing I do. There's Buddhists that do the same thing I do because of the mind state they in. It's not because of who they are. It's where their mind is at. So if you want the right mind and you don't have it to be able to push that 225, you go get it.
Through a professional.
Not even a professional.
It
could be a bum on the street.
But that's what you
like
said.
I said, God can use a rock. If you don't have it.
Nigga.
If you don't have it.
What?
Bro,
you said that it's mental, right?
Yes, sir.
So you have to have a teacher, right? That's what you said as well.
Oh, let me do something.
I can never get my point across.
Let me apologize, because that ain't fair to him. Because we have it. Go ahead and get your point.
Oh, y'all was here trying to tell me over my head. I'm just giving you back what you gave me, right? So basically, like you said it starts mentally, right?
Yes, sir.
And you have to have a teacher, right, to teach you the things that you can't grasp mentally if you don't have it, right? Because that's what you said, right? So who is that teacher? You're telling me the teacher is Christ and God, but that's
no.
He's for you, right, for you. That's what you believe in. Who is going to teach me the right way to get my family back on point if we're in a single parent home now?
Okay,
that's
so
my question.
There's an issue. The issue is that are you the single parent or the mother's single parent?
It doesn't matter.
Okay, so the issue is there's a parent that's by themselves in the house. There's contention. Okay, to get to the contention, does the contention come from one? Say we don't know what the problem is.
Right.
All right, I just want to be at a point where I can talk to this woman.
Right.
Can you talk to somebody upset?
You can't, but you can.
You can. So what you need to do is do something. They have something that actually changes people's mind that do bad things. It's called the adult correctional system. If you look at a lot of people that go through that system, they come out and say, the first thing I had to do was manage my anger. So there's things that will get you to do it, either by force or by choice. We most of the time have something. One thing, what you're knocking in you is that you don't think you're a God.
Right.
You don't think you have God in you. That's why you don't think you can figure these things out. That's one of the problems.
But that would be a lot of people. It's not just me.
But it starts when we realize there's a problem.
Right. But see, all right, that problem that you're talking about is just on one line.
I'm trying to hear you, because I get where you're going.
It's on
I
one
feel
line.
you. I actually feel where you're going.
What if it's like that we can't be together because of monetary differences? It don't have nothing to do with like we can't get along.
Okay.
But if I can't afford, if me and you can't afford to do this.
In our community, if you go study back in times, in our community, black men has lost their masculinity.
Yes.
Yes, they have.
It don't matter whether you gay, straight, no matter what it is.
Starting in slavery.
Men have lost our masculinity. You want to know why? Because we was told something.
Right.
We was told, and then we accepted it. People think Kanye crazy.
No, he's not.
He's not by any means.
No, he's not.
What he's saying is there's opportunities out here as a black man that you can get if you just get up and do just a little.
But you've been programmed to feel that you can't do it.
No, I didn't.
No, not you.
Oh.
Just in general. That's what Kanye.
No, but I thought that too. At one point, I thought it took a lot of money to start a business.
And it doesn't.
Talking $150.
It doesn't. That's what I'm saying. We've been programmed. We've been programmed to be in a certain way, a certain position. That's why I spoke on.
Once you realize the issue is with what? Programming, you have to do what?
Deprogram.
If you got a remote that don't work on your TV, what you gonna do?
Get another one with some batteries?
No, you're gonna reprogram it. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Most black people gonna be like, hold on, how can I make this junk work? This ain't working. What can I do? I'm gonna Google how to make my Roku TV work with my phone. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna do something to figure out how to make it work.
Right.
We used to build pyramids, bro.
Right.
Let's get away from all these questioning. I'm not attacking you, because that when my verbiage seems like it's attacking. We have to get back to the who we were. Know thyself.
Right.
That's what my middle name is. So Kenya Lit means know thyself. When you know who you are, you a God, you can figure some things out without a lot of extra BS. We put stigmas on ourselves. We say racism was man-made to keep us separate from actually knowing we're powerful.
Right.
It was to deprogram us from what we already knew.
Right.
You know, some issues we have, knowing as the man we are providers. Back in the day when we went to hunt, we didn't say, hey, go out and get that deer. We would go get the deer,
Right.
kill it, bring it back, and the woman would do what she do. We would even get the woman would go out in the field and get the seasoning and prepare the meat if you do your research. But you have to want it. Us as men, we don't want it. I'm speaking as a man. We don't want it. Because women would start saying, he wants it. I know he's stronger than me. I know if he smacked, I'm going to go off the ground. So when they be like, I'll beat you up. That's just because at a point I've seen you so demasculated, I feel like I can say
And where
that.
does that stem from?
You know what I'm saying?
And where does that
It'll
stem
be a
from?
small. I've seen a guy not even half as
But
big
that's
as a
not
woman,
going to a whole
and she
nother
listens
conversation
because of the
because
way he
It
believes
came from. That's
himself.
what we're getting to the bottom to. Like, why is the black
that's
household?
another
Yes,
whole different
we went through
conversation.
on 4 different tangents, man.
Because they take a woman has the ability. This is the thing. A woman has the ability to be masculine too. A woman should have the ability to be masculine. I mean,
They have
I feel-
testosterone too.
and a man should have the ability to have estrogen.
Because he has estrogen,
He
right?
should, because that's in the point. He's So being that we are alike, we shouldn't put so much. If a man is stronger, then there's so much he should take too. But we have to get back to, okay, how can I make this better on an individual base? But if there's things like this man that did something that can't be retained, or this woman that done something she can't, you have to then focus on what? Yourself. Get yourself together.
Yes.
Because no matter what that person do anything right and get back to you, if you're never together for yourself, you'll never be right for anybody. So we can run in circles until you get yourself together. Like I said, when we get back, like me, I had to do certain things to, like right now, if we had to get vaccinated to have a job, and that was the determining factor. Are you going to do it, or are you going to?
I'm still not vaccinated.
You should say, I did, because I had to do it to see my girl, but if I didn't, I wouldn't be able to see her, so I did what it took to be able to be in that environment. So no matter what it takes to make something right, start with that. If it's like, I got anger issues, you know, I can't be faithful. I don't know how to love. I had when my parents didn't, I didn't know how to do this. I didn't know. You got to stop blaming other people.
So, all right, I got this. So that's what I'm saying. Like, that's just, like I said, that's one aspect, and I understand. I get what you're saying, that you got to look inside yourself. You have higher teachings and learning how to make that everything whole and great, right? But here's another aspect of that. What if I said, like, it's a monetary thing where you tried your best to get a job and you can't get a job, and now you go out there and you get a pack and you go hustle, you go to jail. Now, that's also splitting parents.
Have you ever been in jail before?
I have.
Okay, when I went to jail, one thing I noticed, I went locked up. I was locked up in there, and I called my best friend. I was like, how everybody doing? They said, we're doing good.
Right.
Like, oh my God, how you doing? I was like, locked up.
Right.
When you locked up, you're dead.
Pretty much, right.
You get what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, monetary issues, if you're dead, who's going to have to handle everything anyway?
But before
The other person.
But before
So
you were dead, you were providing. You just got locked up, and now you're in the system, and now that household is broken. That you went to jail for 10, 15 years, and now you have a single mother raising your son. She can't raise your son to be a man because she's not a man. Even though she has some of that masculinity in her, like you said, like she has testosterone, like men have estrogen. She cannot teach a man how to be a man. Right. So if that system continues, then we're going to have a whole bunch of bitch-ass niggas out here that's going to keep doing the same thing.
We're going into another issue, but what I'm saying is if we go back to the root of what I'm saying,
okay.
If that woman can't provide for that child, if the man dies, she then has to do what? Focus as an individual on how to provide.
But she probably won't be single forever.
She probably won't. But until she can fix, she probably going to be hurt from that situation. She going to have to go through some therapy and figure out how to move again. Right. If she was taught how to move with that man, she going to have to change the way she thinks, the way she moves, or how she feels. So that's going to be, no matter what we talk about.
But that's what I'm saying. That's cool. That's all well and for. All right, see, I get it. You're putting on the mental thing. I have strong beliefs that it's all a system. It's like they say.
But if you're a fighter, I'm a boxing coach.
Okay.
If I was taught you how to fight right now, I would teach you to take a punch. Sometimes to give a punch, you have to take one.
Right.
The government is giving punches.
Right.
What you gonna do? You gonna keep taking the punches?
No.
And keep
I'm gonna punch back.
Oh, how you gonna punch back?
But see me
punching.
But
wait. Before you answer that, give me a solution. Don't give me another scenario.
Me punching back leads me back into the system. That's what I'm saying.
Go ahead. So
my solution was, all right, so the government's punching me where I can't go and find a job. I'm out here putting applications, no one wants to hire me. I still have a family to take care of.
Is this right now in 2022?
No, it happens every day.
You telling me right now you can't find a job in this scenario. Right now, I guarantee you, felony or not, there are people.
I'm sure there's people hired. I'm sure, but it doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna get hired.
I'm gonna be real with you. Because what you're doing is what we do as black men. Listen to me.
What, doubt?
No. 5 motherfucking excuses.
It's not really excuse.
Bro, listen to
It's not
me.
really excuse.
I started melting TVs by going to Walmart, spending $13, went on YouTube for one night, and seen that all you had to do was find 2 studs to hang a TV up to 150 pounds.
You're a product.
Wait. Another excuse about to come out.
No, you're a product of a double parent home. We're talking about a single parent home.
Bro, I know a brother right now have a worse situation, have no parents and a millionaire right now. I know a brother right now starting a tree company and have a father or dad.
Those are dimes and dozens.
Stop, listen.
I mean, that's one
Stop
in 10.
giving us reasons to do that.
If that's the truth.
Listen, if you're a black brother, you don't got no excuse to be sorry.
I'm not giving them
Get
excuses.
your ass
I'm not giving
find
excuses.
a way, sell your crack and don't get caught.
If women
All right, if you don't do what you do, don't get caught. Only dumb criminal. You know what a criminal is? A dummy. Okay? If you're going to do something, move different. I'm not telling you to go out here and be the perfect person. I ain't telling you to be, oh, Jesus, praise the Lord. If you're going to sell your drugs, don't get caught. You're going to say, do your thing, sell it. But when you get caught, you guess what's going to happen?
The household's going to break
But guess what? There's other means out here that you can do.
It is. I'm not saying it's not.
But why would you choose that means?
Because that's the only thing that's coming to me. So
But that's the only thing that keep
But
happening
you gotta
to you.
break that mentality.
But listen, like I said,
The mentality comes from somewhere. That's
But
my
the
point.
mentality is like, for example, so for me,
somewhere along the time, you're going to get tired of getting locked up, bro.
Yeah.
Every brother that I seen get locked up and I talk to, I keep communication, they doing something better.
That's
He
great.
telling me, hey, Will, bro, I just got me a box truck. Hey, bro, I'm doing something in logistics.
That's great.
Hey, bro, so it
that's
starts
what
with
I'm saying.
who?
You gotta break the
It starts
cycle
with
of wanting
one
to do it.
person.
But
So somebody got to move
that's different. I
different.
said,
I can't really.
Why would you keep selling drugs if you know in the black community we keep getting locked up?
But-
Why don't you go out and sell candy?
But,
Go
right.
teach these young
You're-
brothers
you're
how to
right.
sell
You're
chips.
right. You're right.
And sell that chip instead of $1, sell it for $2 and tell people why I'm selling it. Because I'm tired of people going to jail. You can sell other things that are legal until you get to a point where you can make enough money and do something that has more money. Like our boy Will Shakur. He went and got him a small hot dog stand. That man moving around the city with mobile food trucks now. Like me, I started with a damn TV stunt finder. Now I'm moving around doing contracts.
You're right.
Now, but wait, if you keep starting stupid, by the way you think, you're going to get stupid.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? It costs to be a boss, and we don't want to pay to play no more. We think it's quick because they programmed us to think that way. That's why that's the only scenario you keep giving.
That's
Give
the
me
scenario.
give me another one. That's not the only
But the
scenario
only
we use in the
scenario
black,
you give me to me is
but that's
mental.
not the only scenario in the black community that we provide.
That was one
to.
scenario.
There's more billionaires out here and millionaires in our community, but that's the only thing we like to think of. That's actually a lower thing in our community than ever right now. There's more business owners. There's more black people graduating from college. There are more scenarios that are bad, like that were single mothers, but at the same time, these mothers are college graduates.
Right.
These mothers are business owners. They're changing the narrative. Let's stop thinking that we're doing so bad and start focusing on what we're doing good and watch people say, hey, they doing good. I want to do that too. That's why it's easy to think that way.
I understand that.
Stop.
I get
If
it.
you understand it,
I
was
get
talking
it.
about
Because the question was, why are there still?
because we still thinking that that's a
That's
problem.
my point.
When we start seeing, hey, people actually want to be together. I'm gonna do what it takes to be together in my relationship. My man ain't doing what he's doing, so let me do
That's
what
why he said
I'm gonna make sure I
change
get
your
my
mindset.
shit together.
Right.
So when I leave this nigga, he can see I have my shit together and maybe it'll change. And if he don't, guess what? I got my shit together.
Period. For me.
So let's stop saying and focusing on why we got the, excuse my language, fuck ups and get our shit together on an individual base, starting, no matter where you know it or not, I'm telling you, we have mental issues. That's why we can't sit here, I'm sorry, and actually say, damn, let me try and focus. Even if I don't got a mental issue, let me see. I'd rather believe in Jesus and die and know he ain't real than to die and figure out he was and go to hell.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So I'd rather go get mental health and realize I didn't have a mental health problem than don't get it and find out I did. So if that is an issue over here, it might be an issue over here. So and being that I'm in the middle, let me find out and see if I have one. And I 9 times 10 probably do. Probably not listening or anger. And they can't talk to people correctly, whatever it is. But my intentions are pure. So being that my intentions are pure, it might not be an issue. Maybe the way I'm talking, maybe the way I'm walking.
Right.
But let me go talk to somebody and say, hey, you ain't doing nothing wrong, but this is the way you can do it to
Right.
get people to hear what you're saying. Oh, well, at least I'm good. Because I know if I'm in a fight, I might knock out 10 people, but that 11th person might see that when I throw that hook, he need to roll and catch me. But if I go talk to somebody and say the reason why he caught you, it's a reciprocating thing.
Right.
You
You
just
have
gotta
to
be
be
in
able to receive.
You gotta be able to receive. But if you go do electrical work, I'm gonna give you a lesson right quick. If you don't align it, there's laws to everything. If you go put the negative where the positive's supposed to be, it's so hard to say, you're gonna get blown up.
Right.
So when you do something, understand there's laws to it and the levels also.
Right.
Because you can't do everything by yourself. You might have to need somebody to go control something because it's too powerful for you. So what I'm saying, in situations in our community, we try to handle everything by ourselves.
We gotta stop using excuses. We gotta
stop giving it. When you hear excuses, be like,
leeway to say, "Well, I'm doing this because my family taught me."
Yeah.
We have to fight.
I seen my mama and grandma do it. Well, if you seen your grandma do it and they did it, you took that. You need to figure out why you think it's okay at this point.
Right.
I've seen probably 2 videos. We seen Kevin. There's a woman, Kevin Simmons. She said something. I forgot her name. But she said, I had to check myself. I had to realize what my problem was. And I realized I'm back crazy. Pretty much what she said. She said, and when I realized, I heard another girl, I was like, baby, listen, if you've accepted that, man or woman, there's guys telling me, man, I let this girl do this shit. Like me, I used to be a guy, I used to be a lover boy all the time, doing things, thinking just because I'm a lover boy and treating this girl right and everything, I'm going to get respected. No, I wasn't a man. I was a punk, allowing a woman to tell me what a man was.
Right.
That's the start. A man is what I'm able to provide for myself, and if I have extra, now I can provide for you. But as a man, I'm gonna make sure I do have extra. You see what I'm saying? That's the difference. And if she don't have enough, let me teach her how to provide for herself. She's gonna teach me something where she's getting something for herself, because she realized she didn't have it at one point, and if she's doing it now, I can do it 2 times as much. I'm just as strong as her.
Right.
So it starts right here. I don't care what nobody. I'm a personal trainer, motivational coach, and if you ain't mentally stable to come to this training session, we both wasting our time. We just sitting. Like, honestly, you don't even gotta be prepared. You can come in and get a mental training session and be prepared the next day and have the best training session in your life.
So I respect all that and I get all that. So
No, you didn't.
I'm dead serious. Because if now we say it's a mental thing, we've all been programmed this way to have that mental issue that we need to break out of. So that makes perfect. That's fine.
Because some people gonna go and say we need Jesus, and actually Jesus makes us crazy too. Because some people don't know how to deal with Jesus.
I see motherfuckers getting spanked in the church. I don't know if y'all seen that.
That was not a real church.
That was the stupidest shit I've seen in my life. But
All right, so let me go to the that session, because we was definitely on that one for
Go ahead.
That's a good one.
Alright, so
Yeah.
Hey, bro, can I tell you something? I've been watching for, and I respect you, because you always the one on the show to give people a hard time. But listen, let me tell you what I love about him. He ain't gonna just step in and answer.
Right.
He gonna give you how
He
you
will
feel.
tell
And
you,
that's
right,
respect. I can
right.
respect it. Like, that's like me walking somebody got a boog in my nose. They be like, hey, bro, you got a boog in your nose. I got a lot of respect for that person. That somebody look at me and be like, you know what I'm saying? And that's him. He the one to be like, hey, bro,
challenge
you got a booger in your
Yeah.
nose. I respect you, bro. I respect your opinions as well.
This next one is a little spicy. Go
Alright,
ahead,
so do you
Ash.
feel women are pregnant by ain't shit
Who
guys?
are pregnant?
Do you feel women whom are pregnant by ancient
Shit
guys?
should get an abortion instead of running to child
why the
support.
fuck did you get pregnant by any shit nigga? And you knew you was in shit.
I mean, a lot of them don't feel like the nigga ain't shit until, you know, after.
Where?
Red flags?
Speak for
It's
yourself.
called ignoring the fucking red
Some guys don't
flags.
show the red flags at first. You never really know a guy until, like, I'm gonna say.
You got
90 days. But there's still red
So
flags
no,
that
No,
you
because
see.
you.
There's red flags that you see when you dating somebody, when you conversating with somebody. You can see those red flags, but you ignore them. I've done that before.
Right.
I know somebody, I didn't know them, and I do full research on people.
First words, let's talk about pregnant part. Shut up, because you're not a woman.
And you don't know, shut up. You don't know, you know what I'm saying, somebody until, you know what I'm saying, like later on down the line. So it's like,
Not fully, but it's still gonna be red flags
Yeah, you
that
gonna
come
see
up
some
within
type
those
of
first
red
few
flags.
months of dating them.
you're going to see some type of red flag.
Now that goes back to like the conversation prior, because when you lay down, a lot of us when we became younger parents, we laid down with these people and we really didn't know much about them.
Y'all were just
And
like,
we
we
just-
cute.
We
Alright, so the
just had
question-
baby. I'm answering the question.
Right,
We
but
just
this is
had
about
babies by these people, and then we found out in the process that they really ain't shit.
Right.
That's not fair to either one, bro.
But,
That's not fair to people that been in that
Yeah.
situation. And I'm gonna say, because I haven't never been in this situation, but thinking if I was to say, hey, I got with somebody that I realized ain't nothing. Okay, that ain't fair to neither one, because like when y'all laid there, that wasn't the ultimate. It was too. It wasn't
Get the
Right.
job
little
done.
Johnny. It was old Johnny. You get what I'm saying? It wasn't, you know what I'm saying? So it's not fair, because that might have been a point. You might have had a bad day that day. You know what I'm saying? Ran across this person. Y'all
It's
just.
just fuck. That one time.
So to incriminate people on the basis of something that we consider quote unquote a mistake, not real. They say it was a blessing, but at the same time, but we consider at the same time a
It is
mistake.
what it is.
It ain't. Stop blaming you something that happened.
Right.
It happened.
Right.
You
If it
women,
wasn't meant to happen, it wouldn't.
these
Right.
women,
That's all I'm
wait,
saying.
these women that's having ain't shit niggas and having babies by them, you need to change your mental. You wanna know why? Because it stems right back to the first question. Because you having an ain't shit nigga, having a baby by him, that leads right back to a single fucking parent household.
But at the same time, let's
talk about
right back.
And it goes right back around.
That is true, but let's talk about the whole abortion thing. Ain't no woman want to
Everybody don't believe into that, though.
Right, I don't believe in it. So it's like a lot of women ain't going to want to go into that whole abortion thing.
Mm-hmm.
But
I will get an abortion for certain reasons, but still,
So then you believe in it.
I really don't believe in it though.
You can't say that you will get it.
If I would get abortion if somebody really physically harmed me.
If you were got
and I got pregnant,
you don't like the idea of getting an abortion.
I don't like the idea of abortion.
Yeah, right. There you go.
But yeah, you don't like the idea of it.
I don't think it's about to tell you what I should do with your body.
No, nobody should tell you, but they can advise you. Like,
how do y'all feel about guys? Okay, the females be like, okay, yeah, I'm pregnant, and then the guy be like, okay, I'm not ready yet, but she want to keep the baby.
Then that's your decision. But see, when it gets to that point right there, he told you that he wasn't ready. See, it's two perspectives. Because the old school way is, even though you told me you weren't ready, I'm still going to put your ass on child support. Mm-hmm. And then there's, the new school, which is our generation. A lot of women are just like, he didn't want no parts of it, so I'm not going to put him on child support. I don't give a fuck. Fuck him.
What makes a guy ain't shit?
A guy that ain't shit. As far not him being ain't shit in person, but an ain't shit as parent. Like, he ain't got no money.
But you don't know he's an ain't shit parent until you have a baby.
He ain't got no money. He's not somebody that can lead.
So
he's not somebody that show.
Because he was
young fuck bitches that you don't. Hold up, wait. You don't fuck bitches that you don't really know like that.
No, but it's different. I mean, I'm still gonna be the man to provide for my child, even if I'm in. But
I'm saying, but the bitch could be crazy. She could be on crack. She could be on coke. She ain't shit ass mother. So, like I said again, you fuck bitches that you don't know. So at the end of the day, just like a female gonna fuck a nigga she probably don't know like that, you gonna fuck a bitch that you don't know like that.
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe, which means that even if I did get you pregnant, if I was an ain't shit ass nigga, that's an ain't shit ass nigga. You got you pregnant, look, that's your problem. That's an ancient ass nigga. Now, a dude that has a baby by you is like, fuck it.
What if a girl
she got me.
Ain't shit because she has the baby and then drops it off at your doorstep?
Ooh. No, if it's my baby, I'm gonna take care of it. You can go do it.
But if they make her ain't shit ass female, that's what
ain't shit. No, she ain't shit. No, she definitely ain't shit. But I said the same. That's the same thing though. So basically, all right, look at it like this way. You knew that this dude didn't have nothing. He had no money and no car, but you still had sex with him and you got pregnant by him. It's your choice to keep the baby if you want to keep the baby, but you know that. You're moving forward. You know this nigga ain't shit. You know nothing's going to come out of it. It's your decision at that point, right? Mm-hmm. So you have to deal with the circumstances that happen with it, right? So what you? So
the question was, why not get an abortion instead of running the child support? So
decisions.
Exactly.
Are you prepared for what an abortion is? There's different type of levels to it.
Ain't got no goddamn money. What you getting from child support?
You better find somebody. I mean, they got scholarships for abortions.
What?
Yeah. They have scholarships like you can apply for it and they help pay for you to get the abortion.
Scholarship is assumption of the
scholarship.
I mean, not a scholarship. What's it called? It's grants for abortion.
That's the same thing.
If they got that, so you can get abortion.
Hey,
no, it kind of makes sense though. It makes sense a little bit too because they use the fetus as stem cell research and shit. You know, like the boy babies and stem cell research, but.
Yo.
But I mean, they got it. You can go get plasma about a good 4 or 5 times and be able to pay for that abortion.
Listen, man.
There's ways you can go about it.
Not you. I'm just saying, listen, man, in general, like I said, do your research before you have a baby by ain't shit dude because you, 9 out of 10 times, you know he ain't shit. You know he ain't shit when you was messing with him. So if you end up having a baby and you don't want to get the abortion, you're not going to get nothing for child support either. Mm-hmm. But you know what? That's your baby. That's you
make sure you fuck this baller nigga so his child support can be low. Telling me stop.
It's true though.
Allegedly.
Make sure it's his. Make sure it's his.
Make sure it's right. DNA test before the baby come out.
Bad as hell.
So do y'all feel like women are wrong for wanting to go to get child support even though the dude said he wasn't ready and didn't want nothing to do with it?
I don't feel like it's wrong. If it's your baby, take care of your baby.
Y'all straight guys, y'all deal with some crazy stuff.
If it's your baby, take care of your baby. That's how I was raised. So like, even if I'm not in my baby mom's life, I'm still gonna be there for my kids.
Shut up.
I deal with it. So
I don't got no kids. So what are you talking about? But like I said, if I wasn't in my baby mom's life, I don't have no kids. But I'm saying if I did, I'm still gonna take care of my child. Me and you have nothing to do with each other for real, except for you're the mother of my child. We don't have to have no conversations unless it's about my child. We don't have to see each other unless it's about my child. And that's it. And if I had to go to a step further to get custody of my child, that's what I would do.
I'll be real with you, bro. It's just a messed up situation.
It is.
It's no answer to it.
Right.
Just don't let it exist. Like, we got to do what we got to do to make it not exist. Like, if we try to sit there and put a like I said, there's no blueprint to being successful. There's really no blueprint to having a happy household either, bro. You do what it takes.
Right, whatever.
It happens every day though. So like, I mean, like I just said, that's my advice.
I just seen men lose their wife and fight all their life to get her back. And you be like, nigga, yeah, all that time, man. Right. And I'm speaking from personal. I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? I hear guys like, girls had a guy, and I'm like, you do what it takes. You know what I'm saying? Because when it's gone, is when you realize how valuable it was.
Right.
So if you put it like this, you will feel it if you don't do what it takes to keep it.
I feel you. All right, we gotta get to this next question because I got a great answer for this one.
What? Why do
Why black men?
That is not mine.
This came up before and I hated it because I was like, what?
Oh, that's mine.
All right.
Sorry. Why do black men catch so much slack for not being emotionally available?
Oh no, that wasn't what I'm looking at. I'm looking at something.
So I think they well, I don't know why they catch so much slack, but I feel like black men aren't emotionally available. Back to going to what you said, because when they do show that emotional and vulnerable side, women will use it against them. Emasculate them and make them seem like they not strong enough. And like, it's nice having an alpha male, but it's really hard to get that emotional side from that real alpha male.
And I'll tell you this why, like, when you start realizing, like, okay, how am I exposing? Do I care how I'm exposing myself and how I'm viewed? That's the problem as alpha male. You're thinking, okay, as I'm saying this, do I look too feminine? Am I viewed as such? Do I still hold my standard as an alpha male? We have to take that out and say, first of all, being alpha male, letting yourself know that you're vulnerable to it. Like, first of all, I'm a man. Like, I'm a human. Not being a man, yes, that's because I have a penis and balls. That's what makes me a man. But at the end of the day, I'm a human being. You know what I'm saying? If you walking right now and shoot me, I'm going to say, I'm going to yell like anybody else. But when it comes to how I receive things and put them out into the atmosphere, that's what we call emotion. So when something happened to me, how I receive it and give it back to people, what goes, it's like a filter, all right? When I put this out, am I going to be mad about it and say, you know what? It is what it is. I don't have to result in anger. It happened to me. Am I less of a man because I didn't respond in a way that society told me? Or do I deal with it in the sense of, hey, the energy that I put into that, I can put into something else and actually make that multiply 10 times than focusing on that. So it's all how you think. And we can say it's all how you think. You know?
I'm sorry, this wasn't the question I cared about.
Why are black men choosing to date white women other than races versus?
I put that wrong too. It's supposed to say racist. I did the same thing like racist.
Sorry, typo. Other race
that.
versus black woman.
He's comfortable.
You wanna know why? You wanna know why I said that? For real? Is because like look at some of the stars and shit, right? So like I'm gonna use Donald Glover for an example, right? All the good guys are the weird, corny, wet niggas that y'all don't like. You feel me?
I like The Weeknd.
I'm just not The Weeknd.
He don't date black women.
I didn't say The Weeknd.
He's weird.
Where did he?
He's weird.
The Weeknd is still no.
He's kind of still pop.
Right. I'm putting Donald Glover out there because he's the weird, quirky dude that no girl was looking for in high school.
That's not true.
No black. Two. And it wasn't who he wanted.
But listen,
it wasn't who he wanted.
People like what they like, and that's we're still using a man-made concept to figure out why a man made that concept of what you just man-made came up with. It's an issue that you don't have an answer to.
All the good dudes are corny.
What I've seen,
and y'all don't like corny niggas.
And I love corny niggas.
But what I've seen is that a lot of black men,
a lot
of black men say that they choose other races because they're easier to deal with.
That too.
That ain't that. I guarantee you right now, you can find a person or that got the same mental capacity.
You know what's so funny? My homeboy told me, I was like, yo, you like white girls, though? He's like, they got a good attitude.
All my ladies said, my boy got out of jail.
They got great attitudes. That was the greatest answer ever. Like, yo, you're right. I ain't even trying to cut you off. I went to Starbucks the other day with my boy and shit. I see it with his girl, and he got a white girl, a black dude. But she is like really caring, and you know what I mean? She's like doing everything for this nigga. All right, bitch, my scones is ready. Like, she's like, oh, God, you know what I mean?
I'm sure that
yo,
he's
baby,
fucking
you
doing
to
make her be like that. If a woman feels secure, if a woman feels happy, if a woman feels like she's loved correctly, she's gonna do everything to make that man feel loved and pleased. But if you are doing, if you are,
he got
no, you gotta get
That's what I think it is. Because I have family members that I've always questioned, like, why do you date certain things, like what do you feel comfortable? One don't know like because you're different, but it all starts in understanding, bro. Mm-hmm. Okay, because I have Blasian nephews, and I have, you know what I'm saying. So when I come around, I ask certain fellas, hey, what happened? Like, because at the time I was into cars, I was into this, these things, and that's the people I was around. You know, it wasn't no necessarily because
I had to go talk to a white
girl. You know what I'm saying? Like I
was
was in Southern Guilford.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna say that.
I don't know.
That was on the south side.
Okay, I don't know. I don't know.
Country. So you was around. We had goats and we had FFA and things. So when you out there on the football field, you score that touchdown. You look up to the sideline, and that girl, not no specific color, look at you and wink.
Nah,
you know
she white.
See, but that's the thing though.
Whatever, you know.
He my football player.
Oh, he your buddy.
They run.
You know
White
what I'm
people
saying?
are
So they don't
trained
necessarily-
to run after the black
That's the thing,
players.
though.
Not even that, none of that. So some would be like, they'll look at one, but but it'd be that one guy that it's just something about him. So I can't really say it's that. It's who you love.
Yeah.
It's all in that because I've been around, but like, bro, I would everybody talk said, bro, you date white girls, don't you? I always get that. My boy Guy Joe was like, hey, bro, you date. Anyways, no.
But listen,
I date whoever I feel like is compatible with me at the time. If I have a spark, I've talked to all coaches, honestly.
Right.
But it's not even a specific thing. But one thing I do have with understanding is that there's a lack of love in my community.
Right.
So I do try to say, okay, before I do, let me try again. You know, and if along the way, if before I got in a relationship, somebody was a different coach came and say, hey, I'm with you. What's up?
Right.
It ain't oh, you Johnny. No, it's what you got to offer, you know? Is your dad the owner of this business? You know what I'm saying? What can we do for each other? You know what I'm saying? It ain't always that. It's like...
I'm going to say this. I respect you, too. I respect your opinions and all that. But we come from two different worlds, bro. Completely. It's complete. Like,
and that is okay.
No, that's fine. That's what I'm saying. Because I get to see your perspective.
I need to
You see what I'm
understand.
saying? And I like that because, like, me, where I'm from is West Philadelphia, right?
Right.
It's nothing but black. That's all I see every day, all day, every day. You see what I'm trying to say? So, like, even when we go back to that single parent thing, if we went back to that, me being there and seeing that product of my environment, I've seen all that. You see what I'm trying to say? I'm not saying I was in a single parent household because my father was always around. Like I never lived with my dad though, but my dad would take us to school. My dad would pick us up. My dad would be at the house chilling with us for a little while, whatever. I got to see my dad. My dad does construction. He has his own construction company, so I have a construction background as well. Okay. So like I was gonna make a joke when you said the negative and positive thing. I was gonna say let's go make a three-way switch because you do the negative on the positive.
Or you reverse the ground and shit like that.
Right. So because I did that shit in the bathroom, I fucked it up. But for real, it's just different. Like because like I see things completely different. So like I feel like. When you say that the white girls or whatever, like I said that, you know, the Donald Glover thing. Where I come from, that shit is true because none of the black girls in my school was talking to the little geeky
the Donald Glover in my high school would have pulled the baddest shit out. And listen, they'll be like, I'm a Donald Glover because he the left. He'll be like, I'm with the baddest because I'm the left. So it's all about who you love,
right,
bro. Listen,
that's true.
I've seen somebody like, how the he pull her? Like all the time, like, bro, I know. I like how he get that, you know, or he really with her, you know. It's just who you love, bro. When that girl call and say, "Hey, baby," what that do for you? Right. It don't matter what that, you know, that voice. It's all in who you love, bro. Right.
But I just see some of them dudes get up and like they was the nerdy, geeky dudes. And all the girls, oh, he's gay. I mean, little stupid, I mean, whatever. Didn't talk to none of them. Went to college, went crazy. Loved the white girls was on him. He got a white girlfriend now.
All right.
It's all in what he was around, bro. It's all in what he's around. If that's what he's comfortable, put it like this. You're not going to be somewhere you're not comfortable being, bro. I don't care. Anybody can tell you, hey, bro, you don't need to be over there. You need to get out. If you like, wow, I'm wearing a cookout. If you fit in where you fit in, you know what I'm saying? You fit in where you get in. And if you can get in a lot of places and do what you do. I like to keep my face card cool with everybody, keep it hot with you no matter what. Because you never know when an opportunity comes. So to isolate yourself and say, hey, you don't fool with a certain demographic or a certain area, you really...
I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that he wouldn't talk like the black guys that choose other races wouldn't necessarily talk to a black woman. Mm-hmm. But I feel as though like, you know, if it's easier for him with the white women or easier for him with the Chinese women or whatever, if it's easier for you, you're gonna make it easier for yourself.
It's okay if you don't have swag to date a black woman. Let's just say that.
It's not that.
There's levels. Basically, what she said. There's levels to everything. And let's say this, like. With the black women, there's certain things because there are some girls who are like, hey, yeah, I want to go out, be black, and that. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, Hollister. I worked at Hollister.
Yeah,
perfect example. If you've ever worked at Aeropostale, Hollister, and these things, that would teach you something very great. Because when you go in there, it's not about what you look like. first thing in an interview they tell you is what you wear.
Right.
When you're in an interview, they ask you what colors, and you tell them the colors. So it's a mind thing. It's like, okay, that's what I'm comfortable in being. That's the environment. Because you can be a dreadhead, weed smoking, skateboard wearing, you see what I'm saying? It's all in who you are and what you comfortable in being around.
Right.
As a person, as an individual, we put stigmas on that person. We say that's what they shouldn't do.
Right.
Because they look a certain way or they should feel a certain way. That's what we do on an individual basis.
Right. Especially black people.
Yeah, bro, you can ask anybody to know me. I used to wear thong sandals with the collar popped up with the little.
They probably look at you like you like.
Because I worked at Hollis, so I came in with the what's up. We had uniforms.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I had the shorts. Everybody like, dang, they had to go to Walmart. I didn't have to. I could go to Walmart. You know, so I'm like, I'm about to flex, so they would consider that white.
Right.
But I'm like, no, this is what I got.
You was
I'm
comfortable, right.
wearing it, you know. I'm getting a $85 cologne coming in class. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
so I'm going to do that.
Right.
I'm not going to go to Walmart and get this $3 shirt because you say that's what I... No, I'm going to flex what I have.
Mm-hmm.
Probably just as broke as you is, you know, but that's what I had. So that's what I'm comfortable wearing this. And it felt good. So if it feels good, why not?
I feel you.
If you like black, by all means. If you like whatever, by all means. Don't let nobody tell you what you should do because at the end of the day, it's you.
All right, so last question of the night.
Okay. So why does black... Hold on.
How has the black woman lost her value because she is now considered masculine?
No.
Black
A
women
lot
never
of
lose
men
their
say
value.
that all the time, especially the Kevin Samuel watchers.
Black women would never lose their value. It's just that, like, a man would not probably gravitate towards a more aggressive woman, a more masculine woman. He wouldn't want to do that because it clashes with his
This would
masculinity.
never be a
depends on the
concept.
man.
Without the cell phone, this would never be a concept.
I just
Masculine
feel
women?
Technology has changed a lot of things.
It would, though. I mean, it wouldn't. I mean, all right. Imagine if you went out and you were talking to a girl and she was very aggressive and she was really, like, dudeish or, like, mannish. Like, that's not attractive.
You walk away.
You're not
You don't
attractive.
even entertain
So
her.
the concept still exists, but it's just on a mass scale now because of social media.
But that girl is, put like this, say if I ran into a girl and she was very attractive and I see she was, ooh, I can't stand. First thing, as a man, I'm like,
Sure,
she's
you're-
like me.
Right.
She don't want to be like that. Most girls don't want to be like that, bro.
Right.
To keep it hot with you. No girl wants to be, ooh, I can't
That's
stand.
why I had a conversation about, because they was like, why are you so alpha? Yeah, aggressive. I was like, I don't want to be like that. That's just the way I grew up.
You know what I'm saying? Like, when you have to understand, like, I got a sister, and my sister can hold her own, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I taught my sister. My dad literally would talk to me on the end of, listen, you need to teach your sister how to wrestle and show her this and this. So when I get by myself, I'm like, listen, Daddy told me I need to show you how to fight. She'd be like, look, no, shut up. You heard what I said? So I taught her a way of thinking at a young age. People don't know. I used to literally be like, wake my sister in the morning, hey, get up. We need a box. So now when I see my sister, now I'm like, oh my God, like, my sister crazy. She was knocking that thing out of the bed. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, baby, I love you. Chill out. So what I'm saying is, like, women have an ability to do whatever they're taught in their environment. So that's not a bad thing. I'd rather have a woman able to be masculine and then be feminine than just always be feminine and can't be masculine. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good thing. And we need to learn to accept that as black men that a woman can be, but keep her in a feminine state by always being masculine.
And being a leader.
A woman never has to step into that role if it's never happened to be a role they have to take over. You know, and I had a conversation with a brother of mine, and that's why we are so tight. I was like, bro, look, at the end of the day, we are who we are, and they are who they are, and we gotta do what we gotta do. If we do what we gotta do, aside emotion, because men don't operate in emotion. Honestly, men operate more logic than women. Women operate from an emotional standpoint. That's why a woman will go take clothes and put bleach them and burn them up, gasoline, and she bought them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you be like, sell them. But at the time, she was dealing in an emotional state. She like, dang, I wasn't arguing him because I didn't have the money. I should have just sold the shoes.
It's just like when they say,
I put bleach on it. Like, yes, baby, you wasn't thinking. I would have bought them for you just to fix the situation. So,
it's just like when they say bring up with a girl at her house and not your crib, so she can bring up all her shit.
yeah, but it's like I said, it starts as individual, bro.
No.
If you're gonna break up with a woman, break up with her at her house, so she brings up all her shit, not yours. Because if you break up with your crib, your shit's going down.
Yeah.
It makes sense. I just never heard
Look,
it.
just deal with yourself on an individual base. Start looking at what your problem is. Because sometimes we are the problem. And I'm saying not men, but when you say we, start with yourself. Like, maybe I am the motherfucking problem. Maybe I do have an issue. Maybe if this has happened more than once to me, maybe the second time it was my issue. Or maybe the third time, not the first or second. But if it's a continuous thing, then maybe it's me. And I'm just speaking from a personal experience because I used to always lose jobs because I would get sick because I would stay up late, not eat properly. Like, you see what time it is now? This is the time I would eat. I have a stomach condition where you can't eat late because of my acid production. I would miss work. So I have to work for myself. So you see what I'm saying? So you learn over time that you can't do certain things or you'll put yourself in a situation where you have to do certain things. You know?
Gotcha. Well,
That was
That's
it.
the
Alright, tell what the people where to
Hold on,
find you
hold on.
out again.
Bam Graves is my Facebook page or www.bamthebuilder.com and my business page, Bam Service Work page for the home renovations and TV mounts.
all right.
Alright.
Well, we got our outro music. And,
Tell everybody about the page and stuff.
oh yeah, we just got a new page. It's Live Table Talk After Dark. It's a page on Facebook. Go like and go follow that. We're gonna drop snippets of this actual interview, and if y'all actually want to see the full interview, you need to actually subscribe to the group. So it's Live Table Talk After Dark podcast page and Live Table Talk After Dark podcast group.
And YouTube.
YouTube and Vigo. And we also have our TikTok. TikTok.
Live Table Talk is the same thing.
Okay, everything is Live Table Talk After Dark. Bigo for y'all. Live Table Talk After Dark podcast on Facebook and on Bigo. We'll be back here next week. Next Wednesday at 10. Make sure y'all tune in. And that's it.
Make sure y'all go on our Instagram, YouTube, like and subscribe.
Did you tell everybody where to find you again?
Yeah.
Again, www.bamthebuilder.com. My Facebook page is Bam Graves. And that's have Instagram last time? Just go and get Bam Fit Gang. It's Bam Fit Gang. It'll be a logo. It'll say Bam Fit Gang in the picture as well. And Bam Service Work page for TV mounts and home renovations and small renovations at your home.
All right, everybody get into this outro music. It's what's this one called? Quick Punch.
Quick Punch.
Quick Punch by Big Geechee.
Bow, bow, bow. One shot to the face, one to the chest. Yeah. One shot to the face, one to his chest. Fucked up his body structure. 2, 2, 3, 5, 5, 6. Hitting, sounding like it's thunder. Busting chills, slide up in the sky. Catch me burning rubber. Bitch don't need it roll. I just want the money. Bring my nigga fat. Touchdown. No, we back. I'm thugging. You can't trust me, so I in these streets, but I be showing love. I be really taking trips. Fuck around with the plug. You the type of nigga sit around. You ain't having none. I be really outside. Diamonds hitting in the sun. Brody say he need a 4-way. Meet me at the Exxon. If I put my face up on that business, I'ma stress on. One wrong move, then he gone. I ain't seen none. SRT, turn me up. I be with some money. I be in the yard at the show. I got game with me. They say loyalty is just like fam. They won't play by me. Young nigga, I'ma work them moves, bring them hundreds in. If you get the trippin' in this bitch, you know it's finished. Think he was a ghost. The way that boy got missing quick. I be doing a dash. I be really getting this shit. All out of traffic. You know that we be poppin' shit.
You know we poppin' shit, man. Every day, man. State to state, highway, man. Wherever that bag at, we at for sure. G4 and that shit, we doing out of bud.
You know